Hey, well, hold up. I just want to know this is about it, huh? Tonight, my treats are being coming for blissful delights. Her name is Kiki. She's located in Conyers. Um, and this is an edible. Like this is the edible. So if you need edibles and you located in Conyers, I would say like Conyers, Covington, Latonia area, she can pull up on you. I had one of these early. Well, I had a half. Well, bitch, a half of one earlier. So, bitch, this just right now. Yeah, bitch, come on in, like, share, and like, and share, and like. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my piece. But like I said, this is blissful delights. Her name is Kiki. Um, we got a website is the blissfuldelights.com, and this is an edible. So she just made this personally for me. She made edibles too. I'm going to get this ringtone set up so y'all can get my ringtone real quick. What y'all got going on? Hey, y'all. I thought somebody else there. My cousin, she sponsored tonight's show too. She sent me some bracelets and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit to jumping. I'm looking for this goddamn. Hold on, I saved it in my phone. I'm gonna get this shit crunk real quick. I have ate my little edible. I've been missing y'all. I want you, 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 want you to come on over. Hey y'all. Hey, what's up doing fine tonight, baby? I got one of my good girls on here tonight. We finna do a key. We finna do a key. Mario, what's the key, baby? This is gonna do a nasty key. I want you, want you, want you, come on over. Come on over the cheap game. Yeah, so y'all know every time I do a show, I'm gonna have this in the background. When I get my chick where I really wanted it, I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit finna go ahead and get that shit popping. Oh, let me play Spilly Boy song. Y'all know I love Spilly Boy. And I made a song strictly but you know bitch there word for motherfucking Spilly Boy bitch. So I'm gonna play it for y'all real quick. Spilly boy, Spilly boy, Spilly boy, Spilly boy, Spilly boy, Spilly boy, Spilly boy. Okay. Thank you, Terry Rivers. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my bitch in. Bitch, is you ready? Yeah. Hey, girl, long time no see. You know,
Hi, everybody.
I haven't seen you since. Bitch, when the last time I seen you? Since you did what? The spotlight session with TS?
Yeah, that was like March 26th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like March 26th.
Yeah, she loaded me up tonight, bitch. So I gotta feel it, bitch. Bliss, blissful delights, everybody. I don't know, it's too bright, so I don't know if y'all be able to see it. But I will put her information. It's the edible.
Oh, edible. Okay.
This girl who I used to work with at Public, I ran into her because she's lived over here in the same subdivision that PS lived. Bitch, and I was walking one day and she stopped me. She said, "Hey, you know me, hey," because I didn't know who the fuck it was. Bitch, I had my selfie stick, bitch, I was just gone, girl.
Okay.
So when I realized it was her, she was like, "Oh yeah, baby, I make edibles." So I had went over there. He made this last night, but bitch, I wasn't bitch, I had got a little I had a little sip earlier, and bitch, I wasn't feeling it yesterday. So I was like, girl, let me. Oh, what's your teas, big girl? What's the baby? Long time no see. Long time no chit
Oh,
chat.
Miss Rona got the girls in the house on,
Bitch, if the Rona wasn't here, bitch, we would have linked up somewhere. We would have did this, bitch.
I know, because you had already told me we was gonna do this, and I was like, all of this stuff had happened. I'm like, well, dang, I guess we'll have to
Right. And I was calling people earlier today to see who
Mhm.
wanted to do it. My other friend Jada the beauty. Remember when TS did the two twins, Jada and Brandon?
Oh yeah.
I wanted to do with her, but she said she was busy today. So I told her probably like Thursday or maybe Friday ish. Bro, what's been the secret? I haven't seen you in so very much long. You over there looking all done up, looking all, looking hot smiley.
When like I was earlier, when you be in the house, and you was like, oh, you wanna do this, and I was like, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and do something to my face instead of looking plain and regular like I do on a daily, and
Mm-hmm.
do something.
Yeah, but
So
bitch, every time I see you, your face is always together, bitch. You always look good.
well, I be trying. I had to learn early on, being an actress, like anytime I was on set and stuff, like sometimes I've been in sets before where like a makeup artist has canceled and I had to do my own, or like I'm not about to keep buying or paying for people to do my makeup and showing up. I've been on sets before where I paid and then the person that I was supposed to film with didn't show up. So I was like, you know what, at this point, I got to learn how to do it myself. And am I a makeup artist? No, but I just do my face and, I do what I like is good for me. And then that's just that.
But you look done, girl. Maybe one day, girl, I'll put me in a nice piece of hair. Let you come paint my face, and we'll paint the city red. Paint the city red, bitch. But y'all, this is the key session with Tony Bryce. If you know Tony Bryce, she did the spotlight session with TS, and of course, when she was here, I ended up getting her personal information. I was like, bitch, I got some shit that I want to do with you because she was real funny and you're real down to earth.
Thank
Um,
you.
because most people don't know me or most people don't know you. So when people see you on a platform, they're like, well, girl, she's stuck up, so she's not stuck up. She's very down to earth, and yeah, I like that about you because if you were stuck up,
And on that video, she seemed like she's very like I'm better than everybody. I was like me.
no.
So I thought that was hilarious because I
But
met you.
because people really don't know, and when you be in your own world doing your own thing, people gonna say all this shit about you, all this shit, and all this shit. So go ahead, Tony Bryce, let them know where you're from, let them know where they can find you, let them know what you got going on. Then we just gonna jump into the key session tonight.
Well, I am originally from St. Louis, but I
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta. We're on the outskirts, but we all say Atlanta at the end of the day. You can find I'm an actress, primarily an actress. I've done some campaign modeling, public speaking. I used to blog, stuff like that. And you can find me at Tony Bryce Bryce on all social media platforms from Facebook to Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. So I keep
So
it all.
do you have a YouTube channel?
I have a YouTube, but I've never like when I was in college, I tried to do like my own little channel thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it was visually what I wanted, and so I was like, since it's not visually what I wanted, I paid it. But now coming into this year, like I told Madison, I was like, I feel like I need to be more visible, being an actress. So I feel like that's
Mm-hmm.
that I do need to utilize more, along with like being live on Facebook or probably Instagram. Even though I think Instagram Live is tired.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I have a YouTube channel. You'll probably see some ballroom stuff on there, like my reel stuff like that. But it's not anything that I've really used for my platform outside of my reel, my acting reel. But I have other.
So you said you did ballroom. I heard before.
Yes, I'm a part of ballroom.
So how is it? Because I've been to. Now, don't get me wrong. I won't say I hate the ballroom scene because some of my friends they have been in the ballroom scene before or whatever. But
Right.
me personally, I can't. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what to say because I don't know what not to say. It's just not for me.
And and it's not gonna be for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just genuinely like ballroom because of like what it represents, like all of the different things. You get to see a lot of creativity. You get to see a lot of talent, and you
Mm-hmm.
get to see a lot of different things that you don't get to see in like other forms of art. Um, so like when it comes to voguing, when it comes to walking face, when it comes to runway, when it comes to best dress, when it comes to realness, like all of these categories, you bring something to it, and it brings something out of you too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why
Mm-hmm.
I love
Mm-hmm.
ballroom, because I just genuinely like the culture. Like I started in mainstream ballroom in 2009. I was, my category at the time would have been Bush Queen Up in Drag to realness, but I really wasn't productive in it because that was like my freshman year going into college as well. So like I was in this college town where ballroom didn't exist. I would have
Mm-hmm.
had close city would have been either Kansas City or St. Louis in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And so, college was first and, a priority. So I just really wasn't active. So when I moved here to Atlanta in 2016 is when I really started to like really dig deeper into ballroom and actually walk and participate and et
Mm-hmm.
cetera, et cetera. So, and now I'm a part of the Kiki thing because I've left kind of mainstream in my review mirror. I don't really participate in mainstream. I just spectate, but I do the
Mm-hmm.
Kiki. I definitely do the Kiki thing. Like, if you think college football going into the NFL, that's Kiki to mainstream. College football to NFL. So yeah.
Okay, so when was your first sexual experience with a guy?
2017.
Oh, so bitch, that's not so long ago.
I know. I was a virgin for 26 years. I
Yeah,
was a
I
virgin for
remember you saying that.
yeah. So 2016 or 2017.
Elaborate. How was it?
You know what? It was I was nervous because I was like, what is this gonna be like? Like, what is this gonna be like? And I think I had a fear before because I used to be like, child, I'm not having sex until I get my sex changed. I'm not having sex until I get my sex changed. And
So you want a sex change?
down the line, like it's like more down the line. Like originally it was the number one priority in my transition, so to speak. Not
Mm-hmm.
financially able to reach it at all, but number one on my list. And then after I did start to experience sex and was no longer a virgin, then it became the bottom of my list. Is at the very bottom of my list.
So
So
speaking of bottoming, honey. So when you had your first sexual encounter, girl, how was it? It's elaborate, because I'll tell you mine.
I had never really like experienced this is gonna be so funny.
No, it's
Not funny
not.
because I don't really talk about things like that. So to come and talk about it, it's kind of like, well, dang girl, you ain't really talk about it on a platform. But I'm an open book, so I'm open to everything. I'm open to
Yeah.
talk about it. But so that was my first time experiencing what it was like
Mm-hmm.
to clean yourself out, to make sure everything is, clear and clean. Like I always tell people, like I like to give a vagina tease because you go in and out of vagina, baby. Ain't nothing brown or green or anything else coming out of that. Okay, so
That's
I'm
with
just
the
like,
lights out, but when you cut the lights on, bitch, you don't know. But go ahead.
ooh. So that's been my motto this whole time is never ever, make sure I'm well prepared in any situation.
Uh-huh.
Make sure I've never been a spontaneous person. It's always been planned. But that particular night, me and my friend, we was like, you know what? Let's do it. And so I, douched and did all the things, made sure I was prepared and ready, went over his house and we were literally sitting on the couch talking for a little bit. And then I was like, so you ready to, get down to business, see how this goes? It was not like a romantic thing at all. Not in love with this person, never dated this person. We were just friends. We were acting friends, and we just decided to have share this moment. And when we did it, like it was weird. It was a weird feeling. I was like,
Did you
oh my
suck it first, or you just went here and you just went for the kill?
god. Oh yeah, we didn't do none of that. We didn't do none of the other stuff.
Oh no, so baby, he just girl.
We didn't do well, but see, I was more so curious about the sex versus the penetration sex, or anal sex versus the oral sex. So that
Right.
part, and I already feel away about oral sex anyway. Like I'm not a girl that's just giving oral sex. Like yeah, that's not. I'm not doing that.
So you just don't.
Um,
Oh baby girl. So you ain't one of the girls Trey call you one late night. Hello. No.
No. Not. I mean, it depends. Like I feel like when I was, having some days I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh girl, I'm feeling it. Like I want to have sex today. And so I'll probably do the things to prepare. So in case somebody was to be like, what's up, link up, okay, well, I'm already ready and prepared to do that.
Right.
But in terms of being spontaneous with it, no, I always have to be prepared. Like always have to be prepared. I
See,
can't
girl, one
have
of
it.
my friends called me right now. What you doing, baby? Nothing. Want to suck that dick? Oh, I'm finna come get you. And I'm finna suck that dick. Straight up.
When it comes to sucking like penises, I just can't
Girl,
get with it.
you're so
I have done
professional.
it, yes, but I feel like for me, it's something I have to experience with somebody that I'm like either we are friends with benefits and it's consistent, or either you gonna be my man or my partner, whatever. But like randomness, no.
Oh, so you're not a random type of girl.
Oh, and I mean, even as today, like I haven't had sex in 6 months. Like I've been abstinent. So
Now, see, now the last time, well, I really, like, I played around. I really ain't getting more, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, I really, we had went to DC. And my friend, this boy or whatever, we went to DC. I like the boy. I still do like the boy, but I'm learning how to just put all my fit bitch back down and just accept the fact that this is what it is right now. I'm just living in the moment right now. So we went to DC. We went to DC, bitch. Girl, we played around in DC. It was cute or whatever. It was real, but girl, I ain't really like like jug her how I wanted to jug her. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't really fuck him how I wanted to fuck him. I really wanted to fuck the dog shit out of him, to be honest and truthfully. But it ain't happened like that because it was a lot of squirm. It was like a lot of squirming going on. It was a lot of running. And I'm like, baby girl, like, baby, we ain't come here to run. Baby, you ain't. Baby, you came to get dug up, and I came to do what I need to do. That's dig up. So it was there. So you said, so you ain't, so y'all just went forced into this fucking.
That's all we did. We didn't do none of the other stuff. What I mean to tell you, I've never kissed this man. We've never had oral interactions. Like none of that. Like I'm just not here for it. Like me and him solely hooked up because I was just ready to like not be a virgin no more. They all say they had, oh, you my first trans experience, et cetera, et cetera. I used to live for that, but now I don't live for that no more because now I'm a certain girl that have had certain experiences and there's certain things that if you're not doing, we're not laying down together. Just period. So like now that I am who I am now, like he just no longer fits that mode. And like I would still have interactions with him solely based on that's the person I share my virginity with, and that's the person I've been consistent with. I mean, we have spaces, but consistent in terms of like lost virginity all the way up until today. So yeah, I mean, we haven't. Well, obviously, I ain't interacted with nobody in 6 months, but for the sake of consistency, for the sake of this is the person I lost my virginity to, like I'll still allow interactions to happen. But
Before.
yeah, I'll be over it.
How what was it that bad, or you was just like, girl, no ma'am?
I mean, the sex itself, it wasn't bad at all, but it was just like when I first started transitioning 4 years ago, the very when I mean to tell you the very first man that I ever like actually got to know, like we developed such a deep connection to where we didn't even have sex until almost a year later after meeting. But what he taught me was intimacy. So being intimate and like the touching, just being each other's presence, caressing, kissing, all of those kinds of things. So I was like a very much an intimate girl. And I'm like, at this point, I value intimacy. I definitely like intimacy is like it for me. And so now just like having spontaneous or sex or whatever without that, I'm just like, what's the point?
See, when I was a young whore, when I was young, I was a freaky hoe. Like, I was young and freaky. I was like punching in elementary. Like boys used to come on to me in elementary, and when I did my key session with Craig and Keon, I told Craig and Keon about me always being feminine. I always got all the boys because what I noticed about boys, when boys see that you act like a girl, they gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? Like, suck my dick. like joking,
Oh, okay.
they mind, but bitch, I'm dead ass serious. What? Let me see. So, bitch, no matter where I went, if I was in elementary school, middle school, high school, even when I got to time and I got old enough to go to jail, bitch, I was always well taken care of no matter where I went. Bitch, my first year going to jail, like bitch, I turned 18 July, bitch, I went to jail December 06. Bitch, when I tell you, I went to jail, bitch. All the men was like, you had some men's in there. Oh, fuck ass, bitch. You had one nigga
Right.
that didn't care. I don't give a fuck. What's up? Come over here. Because I was in one cell. So he was in the other cell. So what he did, he paid the boys that was in the other cell to act like they was going to beat me up to attack me. So the boys telling me, we ain't going to fight for real. He just wants over there in his cell. I said, bitch, you want me in his cell? Who is him want me in his cell? So he's like, man, the man over there. So bitch, all the boys surrounded me. So the guard came over there. So the guard asked him, what happened? Oh, y'all got to get him up out of here. He watching out. He looking at our ID. And I'm like, yeah. Bitch got in the cell with the other man. Bitch, the other man, bitch, fed me, wrote me. Bitch, like we was having a conversation. And he was like, I know this is your first time being in jail. He said, I know you kind of nervous. So he didn't want to do nothing with me.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch wanted me out of jail, called his fish on the phone. I'm gonna make a. I said, because he said, what? He said, so what you want to do, bitch? I want to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here with y'all. He said, so that's really what you want to do? I said, yeah. So he got on the phone. One of his hoes was a bonds lady. So he got on the phone with the bonds lady. So the bonds lady got on the phone, and he was like, yeah, every time a trade like you their cousin.
Come on, cousin.
Oh yeah, I'm saying, my little cousin in here, whatever. So I go on the phone. Bitch, I want for the baby. I'm not for to change my voice up. Hello. So Fish looking at me. I'm looking at Fish. I mean, me and Fish on the phone talking. So she was like, "Well, how you know him?" Oh, did he just tell you that's my cousin? My mama and his grandma. Bitch, so she was like, I guess. So she said, "Get him back the phone."
Come on.
So him and her on the phone arguing. Man, sure I told you, so that's my motherfucking cousin. Mind you, I'm in Miami. So mind you, when I got in Daddy's cell, Daddy had the longest motherfucking machete knife under his motherfucking mattress. So he was like, listen, when they do a shakedown, I want you to go lay on this side. Because I was laying in his bed. Bitch, I was this way.
The fish. Come on, fish.
So I was laying in his bed, bitch, giving all the things, bitch. So he was like, baby, now when they shake down, I ain't gonna jam you up. Cause he's like, this is all my shit over here. So he's like, I'm gonna move you. So when they come shake down, I'm gonna move you over here on this top bunk, and I got you. So bitch, I ain't get bond out that day, but the next day I left. So bitch, the whole night it was one man in there. And every time the man walked past my bunk, he'll hit my bunk. Hey. So him and the other man got into it who just bonded me out of jail for his girlfriend. He was like, hey man, come on now, go on, buddy ain't feeling you like that. And I'm like, so yes, of course, bitch, I'm gonna be wrapped and smothered and covered with him because bitch, that's bad at this point.
Okay.
I always got boys.
I always like cause being trans, like you always have people from the prison like hit you up all the time.
So I got a question
Especially on
for you.
Facebook.
So did you start off as a bush queen trans, or you just went from just jump straight into trans?
No, so like when what I was telling y'all on Maddie's show was like I always knew that that boy wasn't who I was.
Mm-hmm.
However, I didn't know I can make a transformation. And then when I first seen the transformation, it was something that I didn't line up with who I was and what
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be. And so I suppressed it all, and so I just kind of lived my life. But I always battled with it along the way,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't really until I was like 25 where I was like, I know what I got to do, and that it is what it is, and like that's what I just have to do. And so I did go from however long all the way up until 25 before I officially was like, you know what, forget religion, forget the
Mm-hmm.
forget everything that I think, et cetera, et cetera. I just got to be happy, and this is who I know I am, and this is what I got to do to be happy. So even though I never identify as like, when I was in
Mm-hmm.
my boy form, so to speak, even though I never identify as gay, et cetera, et cetera. Like I identified as just being an androgynous person.
Mm-hmm.
I sexual identified because I was a virgin, never had sex, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. I wasn't comfortable with who I was. So yeah, when I was 25, I was like, yeah, it's time to transition. So that was 2015. So the summer of 2016, June is when I officially started. So June this year will make 4 years for me in my transition.
Yeah, because see, when I was young, when I first started hanging around TKS, I wanted to transition to be a girl.
Mm,
Which I used to get my nails done. Like it was only like I would say I was androgynous. Like I would say I was more so androgynous, but in back of my mind, I did want to be a girl. But I was like, how would my family and friends like? Would they still be my family and friends? Like how would they feel about me transition to be a girl? So I never did it because I like the illusion to give. Like, bitch, I can give you an illusion. Bitch, I can give you a nasty illusion. Bitch, with
right.
a bang, bitch, and the eyelash and the light beat. Bitch, I can give you something.
Come on,
So,
babe.
um, and then when I used to like trick off with these men, like they were so disgusting. Because bitch, it be plenty of times, like what I know is about men be so horny right then and there, and they want it right then and there. Bitch, I
Right.
used to walk outside just like this, bitch. Neck hair, a little mustache. The bitch throw me on the nastiest, baggliest hair piece, put me a hat on, give you something. I don't know what I was giving you. Nobody's woman. I was giving the bitch nobody's woman. But so I never really pursued my career to do it because I was like, girl, it was pointless. Like because everybody I ever wanted or everybody who I ever thought was cute, I end up having them, or somebody close to me end up having them, or somebody I know end up still pouring me the tea. So it was never really for me to like just do it. I was only doing it to get a different type of man. But when I realized, bitch, I can get any type of man I want. Bitch, it was no point. I do have my getting money stages where I do want to put me on a piece of hair and bitch look done up and bitch gonna get me a couple of dollars. Now I do have those stages, but as me wanting to transition fully now, it's that girl please.
Right. It's clip for you.
That's it. Like it ain't.
But you know what? Honestly, Gigi, I'm glad you realized that for you because I feel like it has been a lot of people that has transitioned and they aren't really happy with who they are because they didn't make the decision properly. They made it based on if they were escorting the money they were making. They made it on, oh, I want to be the baddest thing walking and I want to get the attention of man. Like it was every reasoning besides like of what made them happy or like am I really living in my truth? Is
Mhm.
this am I really being my authentic self? And that's why you've seen people detransition, or that's why you just see a lot of people that that don't be happy with themselves because
Yeah, because see, a lot of girls now act like faggots. You get what I'm saying? A lot of these girls act like gay boys that look like girls, but act like a gay boy that's still stuck in the gay boy. Well, I want the gay boy in their mind, even though they look like a girl. So that's why
right,
I never wanted to transition because I used to watch Madison. I used to watch my grandma. I used to watch ladies because I always admire beautiful ladies. Always, that's why I say, bitch, I love to see you with your face on, your hair whoop, your lashes on. I love to see
thank
females with their nails and toes on because I'm big on that, especially when you're a woman. To me, I feel like a lady should always be whooped, like because you never know. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas come and go, so you should always want to be this. I always want to be whooped up. So never
you.
really. But when I was young, so back to the story when I was in jail. So girl, the man ended up bonding me out of jail, girl. I ended up talking to the man. Like, I ended up communicating with him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hold on. So,
What they saying? So I got
you,
another one right here with the
yeah,
actual
look at
line.
the comments because they want to ask you about the men's in prison. Like when you was in jail, how did the man end up contacting you in jail?
When I was in jail,
Not when you was in jail, but
oh,
when you was talking about the
oh, like
prison men.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram. Like, cause everybody nowadays, no matter you a priest, they be going live on Facebook at this point.
Girl,
So
listen,
they
are you in
they
that
have
group on Twitter?
no. I don't really use Twitter like that. Like,
Baby, I only use Twitter for one thing. Baby, that's
ah,
to get me up and get me down. I'm
Twitter is definitely giving another porn site low,
right.
not even low key, but high key. But yeah, I mean that's just how they contact. Like they know you trans, and so they want to contact you from prison, and you know.
But let me because it's Don Mari. B baby, she said she lost her job. She said this is what she said. She said, I really enjoy when you go live. I've been so depressed. I lost my job before the quarantine. Some days are really hard. Keep it up, teaching. God bless you. Baby, let me explain. So, baby, you still here. No days are hard once you still can get up and open your eyes. Yeah, you going through this rough time, but God, baby, it ain't gonna rain forever. The sun will come out, and baby, it's gonna shine. Baby, you're gonna be a beautiful butterfly. So take this time right now, whatever you're going through, Miss Don Mari, accept the fact, adjust it, and move on. Don't soak up in it. Don't let it mess your world up. Don't let it get your spirits low. When situations happen like this, you always got to think of maybe it's something out there greater for me. So don't never feel down or don't never feel low. Because baby, I done lost. I won't say I lost jobs, but bitch, I done walked down jobs and you know what I'm saying. So you got to understand, like baby, it is what it is. Just keep your head up, babe. Just keep your head up. That's it. That's why majority of my life, I get on my life telling people to keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up
Right.
because shit happens, and then sometimes we can't stop shit from happening. You know, so we just got to go with what we got.
You definitely got to keep pushing spirit, keep on keeping on because the world don't stop, life don't stop. So you just got to keep on moving, keep pushing.
Mm-hmm. Because bitch, I done been down and out, bitch. Everything has its days and ways, but the problem is, bitch, can you get back up and you fight them hoes? See, that's the
Right.
problem. Most people don't get back up, bitch. Once you get on the ground, bitch, you looking for a bitch to help you up. No, bitch, you gotta learn how to get back up. You gotta learn how to get back up and stand on your own 2 feet. You get what I'm saying? Because God knocked you down for a reason. He ain't gonna leave you on the floor. He gonna want to see, baby, can you get back up and do it again? And then this
Right.
time when you do it again, bitch, you got to go even harder. Okay, so you went 10 times hard. Now this time you got to go 20 times hard.
Right.
I'm
That's
just speaking from my own personal experience. But so when I was in elementary school, this boy, I'm not gonna say his name, girl, me and the boy was like this. Like me and the boy used to sit by each other at school. Bitch, we used to lock our legs in each other. Every time I went to the bathroom, he went to the motherfucking bathroom. There was my boyfriend in my head.
come on, boyfriend.
It was my boyfriend in my head. I'm just like, now that I look over, I tell people all the time, the people who are afraid of you don't be the people who really live and breathe for you. Because
Yeah.
they see that you can't, they see that how you so big and you so tall in your shit. They want to be big and they want to be better than you, but they can't because they listen to
Right.
what everybody else say behind them. Everybody, what they, like everybody. So, for this, I was in like third grade. I was in third grade. I was going to Richmond Elementary. And it used to be a class. I used to be like the only, I think I was the only open fag that was in the class. Because if you talk to some of my homeboys, like some of my homeboys say, yeah, we knew, but like he was just so cool as fuck. Like we didn't care about the situation. So this boy, every time I went to the bathroom, he went to the bathroom with me, bitch, every time. Bitch, we used to hold hands, like bitch, we used to sit next to each other. So bitch, I always been sexual. Like I always been sexual. And the only reason why I say I always been sexual because my molester that was molesting me, I felt like he preyed on me because I was slim. So that was
Hmm.
his motive to go ahead and do it.
Right.
So I always been sexual. Like I always been a sexual person. So bitch, that was my man. And then every middle school I went, every elementary I went to, bitch, I had a boyfriend. Every middle school I went to, bitch, I had a boyfriend. Even though I was talking to girls and liking girls, but bitch, I always had a boyfriend. I had a girlfriend and a boyfriend. But when I came out at 17 and I was at this party because my homegirl mama, she was a bulldogger. My homegirl mama had a party. Bitch, nobody
Mm.
was, all grown up folks was there besides me. I was the only youngest person there. Bitch got
Mm.
so drunk, hold down, bitch, fucked up. So my homegirl mama that was there, she was like, well, bitch, you need to talk to your friend because, bitch, I seen your friend at the party last night doing some things he wasn't supposed to be doing. So my friend called me. She said, Well, where you at? I said, bitch, I'm finna come over there because bitch, I got something to tell you. So I get over there. Her mama was there, Miss Pam was there, and she was in the front row. Her name was Nene. So she was like, friend, you got friend, I'm game. She said, friend, I knew that. She said, I was just waiting for you to tell me. Well, girl, why we at this point? Girl, did all of this, girl, you already knew. So that was my story. Like I always been sexual. So you just really started being sexual. So by you just started being sexual, how is it going? So you say you ain't have sex for 6 months.
Hmm. Well, I feel like, well, 'cause one is for me one of two things. So like I feel like I'm not in a place right now where I'm like amazingly financially stable, right? I'm an actress. I live life based on how I'm booked. And just I don't know, just I haven't worked officially now since November 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 9 to 5. That's how long it's been since I've worked a 9 to 5. But somehow God in the universe has made connections and I've been able to do certain things, whether it's gigs, like the TV show that's coming out this summer, etc. Like things have come and have given me some kind of financial stuff in a way, or like to help me whenever I think I'm like, girl, I don't know what I'm about to do. And something comes through, like something pulls through every single time, like every time. And oh, what's this here? And I like, but right now, like I'm just not financially just a stable person. I will be, whenever this acting career kicks off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and then on the flip side of that, I'm like, I also don't want to be a sex worker. Like that's just not the lane I want to go down for myself. Not that anything is wrong with it. Like I tell my sisters all the time, I would never devalue, demean, say anything negative because I get it, I understand it. I
Mm-hmm.
walk shoes. Baby, it's been some days where I'm like, baby, I'm about supposed to add at this point. Like I'm tired. Um, so for me, walking the line of I don't want to be a sex worker. Yeah, I'm not about to be out here struggling and having sex for free. My happy medium is abstinence. Like I'm not about to go be fucking nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not financially stable, especially if they're not taking care of me. So what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna focus all my attention and energy on my career, not be bothered by the people, not being sexually active,
Mm-hmm.
and and that's it. That's just it for me because I absolutely at this point refuse to be laying down with anybody that's not gonna take care of me. Like I refuse to struggle and be out here having sex for free. Like to me, that's just crazy. But yeah, I don't want to be an escort or sex worker. So I'm like, so I'm just not gonna have sex. Like I'm just gonna figure it out on my own. I guess that's just my 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 mind, how my mind be working a lot of times. Cause it's nothing to go post to add. I tell my friend this all the time. I say, girl, y'all better be lucky she ain't posting no ad. But yeah, I don't know. That's just how where my mind go. So in terms of sex, though, like I enjoy sex. I love sex. Um, I just choose to have power over sex, like more discipline over me and my situation versus sex. So that's how I look at it.
And see, bitch, I wish I had your mind, Frank. Cause bitch, every morning, bitch, when the wind blow to the right, bitch, I'm ready, bitch. Every bitch, listen, it's just doing this quarantine, bitch. It
Baby,
ain't, baby, it ain't been shit, but my hormones been racing. I'm like, well, girl, bitch, bitch, I can't keep jacking out, girl, and girl, bitch, I can't, cause bitch, baby, listen, bitch, I love it. I love to have sex, but now I'm slowed down now than when I first came to Georgia. When I first came to Georgia, they said I had a car. If the pink crown Vic could talk, oh, and baby, I used to be dressed. Bitch, I used to be dark. Looking like nobody's woman, bitch. I had went to train house one time, girl. So me and the little brother, girl, not there finna do. I told him told this story before. So, girl, me and the little brother finna go ahead and do what we finna do, bitch. Girl, I had a, you know. So bitch, girl, Trey was down there eating my coochie. He was just really eating me, like giving me the best throat that he could say. Girl, like I was like, yes. Girl, we get a knock at the door, bitch, at the window at the condo. It's the
oh,
brother. Bitch, I'm already smooth. Like, girl, is they finna beat me tonight? Is this tonight? If this is tonight, they finna let me know. So, bitch, So the little brother here, I'm behind the little brother like this. And
Trying to
he's like,
hide.
damn, bro, what you want? I'm out here with my old lady. He's like, I'm out here with my girl, whatever, whatever. Now, don't get me wrong, the brother was cute. So I'm like, listen, if both of y'all get in the car, I'm not putting my panties back on. My panties is not going back on. I'm already exposed. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna do it together? Because you know, so the brother tried to get in the car, bitch. He's like, no, you can't get in the car. I'm like, please, I'm in the boy here. Please, he can't get in the car. If you get in the car, bitch, I'm finna kick you in. I'm finna kick your ass out the car, bitch, and I'm finna motherfucking go. So he told the brother, nah, bro, you can't get in the car. He's like, but yeah, dog, she cute too. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, daddy, or whatever. But bitch, I'm looking like nobody woman over here, and I know you know what's going on because me and you had already conversed what we was finna do, how we was finna do, and what we was finna do.
Right.
So I ain't wanna, I ain't want you to be exposed in front. You know what I'm saying? It was just so much. But girl, bitch, one time, bitch, I was sliding in the park.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had one of those situations. Yeah.
So what situation you had, girl? Tell one of your situations.
I mean, like what kind? Like a ooh,
Because you know you a conservative girl.
you know, uh, I don't. I mean, I've had. I'm trying to think.
Okay, so
Like,
did you have a situation where Trey didn't know your tea, and then when you had pulled your panties down, he was like, "Well, what is that?" Because I got one
ooh,
of those stories too.
no, I've never. No, because I've never put myself in that situation. So
Right, that's
I'm
good.
always transparent, and especially if it's gonna be sexual, like I'm always transparent when it comes to that. Because believe it or not, for the people watching, my tea is not always clogged.
No, because they was like, "Bitch, you can't get it. You can't get it."
Like it's not like I might be painted like the dragon, but my tea is not always clogged. Like when I'm just regular out in the street, my tea is definitely not always clogged like that. Even when I am done up, sometimes like I think my look sometimes can give like stripper teas, like exotic, like I look like I'm from the Caribbean type teas. So I don't know. Maybe I get through a little bit more because of that. I don't know, but
And you
I mean,
pretty and you not hard.
huh?
You pretty and you not hard like this goddamn wood over here. You know how some hoes be hard, looking like a whole brick
Oh, you know
mason.
what's funny? I've never ever been. You know, can I tell y'all a fun fact? Like, I have been transitioning for 4 years, right? Almost 4 years, and I've only taken moans like barely a year total out of those 4 years. So my whole like me and who I am is like legit my genes, my genetics, how I came out of my mama's womb. So yeah, like I've never been a brick. I've never been hard. I've always had body. My body has always been soft. I've never, you know how boys have boy pockets. I've never had that. My hips has always been hips. I've always had fatty tissue. Like I've just never had that kind of shape. I've never.
You always been the girl.
I've always been. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I always carry myself like as far as what I wore, no, but I've always been thick. I've always had body. Always had that. So I've never been a brick. I've never been hard or anything of the terms that we use to describe
Yeah,
physical
cause see,
traits.
right now, bitch, I got this. Bitch, I always, like, bitch, I just never. I always wanted to be masculine, but I always wanted to get in and get out. You get what I'm saying? Like, I still wanted the soft look, but I still
Mhm.
wanted that look that bitch like you be like, but bitch, do you dress up or do you not dress up? Because you give me
Yeah.
boy and then you don't give me. You get what I'm saying? So bitch, I always wanted that look. But then when the few times that I got into it, I was like, bitch, hold up.
Feeling it. Oh, excuse me. I gotta have to hiccup. I think the
Okay.
most that really get me clocked is my voice because I don't change my voice. Like I just don't because I'm such a girl. Like I'm not bothered. I'm not ever bothered to be clocked. I prefer you to know who I am before you even approach me because I don't even want to deal with that awkwardness of like having to text you and let you know later. Like I do not mind being clocked. However, it just doesn't happen as often as maybe some people looking at me might think. But yeah, like I think if anything, it's probably my voice. So I don't try and change my voice
And
too
see,
much.
bitch, when I used to get on the phone, I used to talk to the boy, hello, what's up? Bitch, I'm not finna put no deep. Man, I'm finna give you the same voice. Why you talking like, what's up? Hello?
Oh, the gag is a lot of people that do try to put that voice on. They end up sounding more like the trans, than somebody that's just being natural, you natural voice or et cetera, et cetera. So that's how I be feeling about it. Like, I don't know. Like this is just been my voice. I ain't trying to change it. I think maybe it has probably gotten a little more feminized over the years just because of who I am. Like I ain't trying to be talking rough and hard and masculine and my voice be in my knees. But I like up to a degree to where it's like drastically different. Like my friend, like Nicole, my friend Nicole, who, hey Nicole, I know you watching this.
Yeah,
The
she said she
Candace,
was gonna watch. Yes, I love Nicole.
she like her voice to me is CUNTFISH period like pocket. But mine on that hand, I'm just like trying changing it. It is what it is. Either they
No,
gonna like it.
I don't think that you I don't really think that you have a masculine voice. I think that you got a soft voice.
Yeah,
Like,
I
yeah. Cause I done seen some hoes with nigga laughs, bitch.
well, yeah. But I think that's just part of like self critique. Or being your worst critic.
So have you ever been out and a man walked up on you knowing you, or
say that again.
I said, have you ever been out somewhere doing your own thing and Trey walked up on you, was like, well damn, Charlotte, what's up with you, Charlotte?
I mean, all the time. Like whether it's in the grocery store, whether I'm at a gas station. I don't go out to clubs, no. So that probably hasn't necessarily happened at a club because I don't go out. But like in my everyday, if I'm like out and about at clubs or if I go out to eat a restaurant or whatever, it happens like that all the time. And I just be gagging because I just be like, Lord, here we go. And I
So
know like I scandal because I don't always wear the most um or I sometimes wear a little revealing things, you know. So like if my legs are out, my booty is showing, so to speak, or like if I got everything propped up and my illusionized breast is giving, an illusion. And it's like I don't like attention. I don't like attention, but sometimes it just comes, and I low key be so embarrassed because I hate attention. So I was like, oh no, like no, don't come over here and talk to me. Leave me alone. But yeah, they
one
definitely.
time, one time it was me and this girl. She was older. Her and TS was friends, but me and her worked the beat one time, girl. Bitch, and my friend had just took out her wet and wavy hair. My fish friend just took out her wet and wavy hair, bitch. So I had one of my homegirls, bitch. I would have got me two stocking caps. So I had my homegirl just glue the wet and wavy hair back on the stocking cap.
Mhm.
Bitch, it was some Sydney hair, bitch. It was some Sydney hair. So bitch, we was going to work that night. So she was like, because I was like, I was young. I was like 20 something.
Mhm.
And she was we was living in Gould, and I was there with one of my cousins. And so she was like, well, girl, tonight me and you gonna go to work and whatever, whatever. So she worked the beat all the time. She was a beat worker. Like she worked the beat all the time. It was like my first time ever going to the beat, down south. Now I done been to the beat when I stayed up north, but I didn't go on no like getting some money type shit. Girl, we walking. Bitch. When I tell you, bitch, I ain't know how to tuck for shit, girl. Bitch, tuck all slipping, girl. I'm trying to put my tuck back together. So I end up going to the bushes because I had to pee. Mind you, bitch, when I went to the bushes, bitch, bitch, I stood dead up. She said, oh, she said, oh no, you can't. She said, girl, you got all these clothes, girl, you got to squat. I said, oh shit. So bitch, I had to squat it down. Finally got my tuck in piece, girl. So I put up my tuck piece. I had on these little black shorts, a cute little handbag purse with with my little makeup. I always kept a blade on me, so I never kept my blade in my purse. You get what I'm saying? So, girl, we before we even get to the beach, because where we lived at, we had to walk like 15 minutes up the street to get to the beach. So, bitch, we just trucking, girl. We is tipping. So, but before we even get there, girl, Trey don't pull over. Oh, what's up with y'all too? Whatever. So we jump in the car. Mind you, bitch, the whole while I'm thinking that he knew IT because the lady who I was with, concrete. Concrete. So bitch, she's concrete, bitch. And I'm looking like nobody's woman, so I'm like, well, girl, did he get my tea or did he get her tea? Because I didn't say nothing the whole while. You get what I'm saying? I'm in the bed like, because he's talking, baby, go, what's
Right.
bitch, I'm just, you know. So, girl, we go back to her place. So she bring me in the room. So he was like, okay, y'all get naked. So, bitch, I done got naked. Girl, it done came out. So he looking like, nah, bro. Yeah, bro. So she was like, why would you pull your penny? I said, girl, this was my first time on the rodeo, girl. I don't mind telling the men's what I did. Because, bitch, listen, when you go to talk to me, bitch, my dick already hard. So this, I want my dick so too. Straight up. You gonna pull yours out, I'm gonna pull mine out. But we're gonna be looking at each other. Who gonna suck who first?
Right.
My thing is, I like to go in the door telling people what it is, so you don't wait till the last minute. Oh no, I ain't on that gay shit. No. So the man, he done paid us our money. She done gave me my 20. She done got her 20. And go, we even do nothing with the man. So bitch, so bitch, it started raining. So we walked back out there, bitch. When I tell you it's raining, bitch. By this time, bitch, my hair is thickly, bitch. So you should
All
see,
right,
bitch.
you got the wet and wavy.
Right. So bitch, you should see me, bitch. I'm like this, girl. This, girl, this. I was feeling myself. Looking like nobody's woman. Bitch, I had a nice little beat. I don't really grow facial hair, but right here in my little mustache. So bitch, I can shave that off with a good razor. It won't look like nothing was there, bitch.
Right.
So bitch, I done did some of it. Like bitch, being being in that lifestyle or getting that type of money, I done did it. So that's why I realized that it was just fun for me just to get up in the illusion and take my shit out. Because bitch, after an hour of this shit, baby, I'm like, well, girl, it's hot under this wig. Bitch, I am sweating down. Bitch, my makeup is running. Bitch, it's hot. My first time ever working the beat, I worked the beat with her, bitch, and I got this date with this white man, girl. You couldn't tell me shit, girl. Because I thought it was the finest bitch walking. Because when she brought me on the scene, everybody looking at me like, well, girl, who is this girl?
Right.
You know how the girls be on the well, you don't know, but you know how some of the girls be on the beat. So it was one white daddy that kept riding, circling the block, beating up the block. But I think he was just beating it. Baby, what's up? So before I get in the car, I'm telling him, baby, you know my tea, right? Because I don't know what the fuck these other hoes is. I don't know if they telling you they tea. You know my tea, right?
Right.
Girl, daddy took me to the front of his house, girl. Daddy dick was so little, girl. It was skinny, girl. I mean, girl, it was so little, girl. Girl, I chewed that. First, I got my coins first. Because Madison always taught me, get your money first. All this other shit don't matter. You can jump out the car, that bitch smooth it if you want to, because you already got your change.
Right.
So girl, I had dated the white man, girl. Girl, so look, girl, I'm just
Oh my goodness.
girl. Got my coins, girl. Daddy took me back to the beach. And that was my only date for the night. Like, I only had that one date. So that's all, bitch. Like,
You know, I used to like think that like I used to really think like my transition story like really didn't matter because I didn't have those experiences.
your trans story do matter because everybody's transition is different.
Right. But I think and I shouldn't say like I guess I did think it didn't matter, but then I think at one point it changed from like, yeah, I know I matter, but maybe my story just uninteresting because I didn't have those experiences. You know
No,
what I'm
because
saying?
all trans girls don't work to be. You know, you got some trans girl that really works a 9 to 5, go to work as a woman. You know what I'm saying? You have those trans girls, but then you have some trans girl, bitch, that's all they know because bitch,
Right.
that's what everybody else. only taught them. So
And I guess that's why I used to think it because I'm like, child, I went to school and tried to, build a career, work at corporate 500, 9 to 5 type teas. And, even now out here pursuing this acting career, I'm just like, child, I just used to think it was just like there was nothing really interesting. And I'm like, of course, I have interesting moments and et cetera, et cetera. But I think because, society stigmatizes trans women so much about, oh, especially women of color, trans women of color, that we do sex work. And when you don't, it's like, well, girl, what's interesting about you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, and then when you look at media and the stories that they present, it's always surrounded around that too. So I'm just like, I feel like to have a trans woman that went to school and tried to, work a 9 to 5, et cetera, you don't see those kind of stories because people don't. I think people that are creatives don't really know that they or think that they exist because it's like all of that has been so stigmatized. So like I can sit up here and listen to your story and laugh and like get my life because of the things you've been through and like my friends or whatever, whatever. And then I'll be like, girl, when I start talking about my story, I'm like, well, girl, yeah, just went to school, got my
so okay, so tell us your story about you going. About you transitioning and you working a 9 to 5. How was that for you?
um I mean growing up was I was growing. I guess growing up was okay. Like it was okay. I felt like
Did people make fun of you and call you fags and sissies and gay and stuff like that of that
yeah,
nature?
yeah, they human nature. I feel like more so when I was younger though, everything that I did was compared to a girl. Oh, you walk like a girl, you talk like a girl, you look like a girl, you write like a girl. Everything was like a girl, and I'm like, okay. And when I did finally decide to transition, I'm like, now I'm the girl, and it's like now y'all acknowledge that I'm the girl. Now it's a problem. I was a girl for so many years, but now I am the girl. Now y'all can't acknowledge that, and it's a problem. So when it comes to stuff like that, like family wise, I think pretty much everybody is fine. I think I've established with my family, like I said on the spot, like they know, like either it ain't even like accepted or not because I'm not asking you for acceptance, but if you
Hmm.
don't respect, or we just not gonna be in relationship, like we don't have no relationship together, and that's just on period. Because I'm not subjecting myself to nothing foolish, and I've had a many talks and sometimes debates and maybe a little couple arguments about a certain few things, and like now they know.
Question for you: Would you date some? Would you date a guy that's openly bisexual?
So now we have to define those things because I I don't consider a man bisexual for dating trans women.
No, because I had this boy on my show. I had when I did this key session the other day. He said he's bisexual, but he's trans attracted. He like the girl. He like all of us in the community.
Well, but see, but you have some men that say they're bisexual because they are attracted to cis women and trans women.
Yeah, he said but he like everybody. Me, you.
I mean, he actually, it might sound like he just might be pansexual because he like everybody.
Yeah.
But I know there's a select few and
Oh,
some
he
girls.
in here too. He in
Okay,
here. Mr. 6'8".
Mr. Who? Oh,
Six
Mr.
foot.
Six. Well, that's what's up. Like I'm here for the people that like
And
whatever
like
they
I
like.
told him, I was like, no, you cute and all, you handsome, but bitch, I got to fight fish. Then I got to fight the trans sisters. Then I got to fight the Bush Queen. That's just too much motherfucking women out there to be motherfucking doing.
It's like
For
I gotta
real.
fight. But no, like if a man was bisexual in terms of he dated women and men that like actual that identify as men, then I mean I don't think I would have a problem with that, so to speak. Because my thing is I don't want to automatically go to girl, if you cheat, then I got to worry about you cheating with, a cis woman, a trans woman, and possibly a male, a man, etc. Like I don't, that's like not my first thought because I feel like if we're gonna be committed and be in a relationship, we're gonna be committed. So I need to know that you're gonna be faithful. Period. Now, if it gets to the
Period.
point with, it don't matter what you're cheating with, but you just cheated on me, and now that's the end of that. So that's where my mind goes. So that's why the whole sexuality part of it really doesn't affect me that much. The only time it affects me is like if I'm talking to a man and he's like, "Oh, well, am I gay?" Or well, like, "Oh, I consider myself bisexual," and I'm like, "Why?" Because I talk to trans women and cis women. So you don't talk to men? No. And why are you bisexual? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
They,
like, and I
they
get
don't
it.
be knowing. They don't be knowing. They just be talking.
Well, I get it in terms of like people don't know how to separate like uh sex from gender, and so some people make orientation about sex, what you got between your legs. Some people make it about gender, who you present yourself and carry yourself to be. I align myself with the gender side because I know what's between my legs, and that doesn't define me. So therefore, if I'm dating a man and he only dates women, then he's heterosexual to me, and that's just point blank.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do in the bedroom, like I like to always say, sex is an experience, and you get to choose to experience it however you get to choose to experience it. Because you do got cis women out here with their heterosexual cis identified men that like to be pegged and
Mm-hmm.
experience all kind of stuff at the end of the day. So just because mine is attached to my body and hers is a toy, like what's the difference? She's a woman, I'm a woman, girl. He's my man, that's her man. We experience every. That's how I view it. So,
So, what would you tell a young trans person like yourself that's out there that doesn't have a job, that's looking for work but don't want to turn themselves into to a sex worker? Well, how would you guide them to, you know, not become a sex worker?
um, well, my thing is like again, I don't want to ever like look down on sex work or anything like that because I feel like sex work is a job, and your job is to have sex, and you receive money in exchange
Mm-hmm.
for what. Just like if I work at a call center, I'm working on a phone all day, so receive money, for what I do. However, there are certain jobs that I will not do. I will not ever work at a call center again, been there, done it. So the same for sex work. I don't want to be a sex worker, so I'm not going to go work in that industry. So I feel like for them, it's all about what do you want to do with your life, and a lot of people choose call centers because they're easy jobs. You go do the job. Anybody they hiring anybody because they need all these people on the phone. And then some people look at the same thing with sex work. You go post the ad and then you get all these clients. You're making this fast money, but at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I just feel like you have to align yourself with your first and foremost your happiness and your passion and whatever it is you want out of life. And if what you're doing aligns with that and is helping you achieve those things, then do
Mm-hmm.
it. As long as it ain't harming yourself, harming other people, and illegal to a degree. Because even though prostitution is still illegal, I still feel like it's a job at the end of the day. So I wouldn't
And
stray away from it, but just align yourself with what you are passionate
what you
about.
really, what you passionate about?
Yeah.
What would you tell somebody that's on the verge to commit suicide? Because my best friend in middle school, me and him was like this. Like I told
Mhm.
you, I always lived in my truth, no matter bitch what age I was. I always embraced it, understood that bitch I was different. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that on the other hand. So he ended up having a baby, and some other shit ended up happening, and he ended up taking his life. Like I want to say, what was 2020? Not 2019 or probably 2018, but I want to say it's 2019. So, what advice would you give somebody that's on the verge to want to harm themselves because they don't know how to come out to they don't know how to come out to the world, not only to the world, they don't know how to face themselves in the mirror and say, look themselves in the mirror, bitch, I'm different. What advice would you give to a person like that?
I think my is your best bet is to accept yourself, point blank, period. Like because you can't go looking for acceptance in your family, in the world, if you're a religion person, in the Bible. Like you really can't go looking for it because you're never going to find it. I
Right.
feel like you really have to know who you are, and that's that, and like live your best life because you only, as we know, you only get one. And
Mm-hmm.
so like you just have to live your best life. And I think whenever you do choose happiness, when you do choose to live and be authentic with who you are, it gets better. It gets
Mm-hmm.
major better. I was terrified to finally start my journey in my transition. When I took my first pill, I sat right here where I'm sitting right now. I sat right here and I cried because I was like, bitch, I'm about to take a on. Like, what am I going to do? like, what am I going to do? And I never looked back, and I kept going. And I'm like, I'm in the happiest I've ever been. I'm just the happiest I've ever been. So like people like y'all have to choose. Y'all can't live for nobody but yourself. You can't live for nobody but yourself. And you gotta choose your own happiness over anything.
And my
It's
thing
you.
is, yeah, put yourself first. And my thing is, I wanted to talk to him just to get him because when I reached out to him, he used to work with my cousin, and my cousin said, "You know this boy named, such and such." I said, "Bitch, that was my best friend. Like, bitch, me and him been on the phone together, girl. Bitch, fought that out." So when I wrote him, like in 2016 or something, bitch, she made a whole big thing in my inbox. "Oh, bro, you gay?" Bitch, I went to type in some motherfucking fuck that bitch. I made a status on Facebook and tagged him in the status. So he jumped back in my inbox. "Nah, bro, I ain't." I said, "Please, cause bitch, I ain't come on you, come at you with no sexual shit.
Right.
I'm coming over like, bitch, I haven't seen you since middle school. Where the fuck you been at? What's good with you? Like, what's going on with you?" And the first thing you asked me is I'm gay. Bitch, we was gay together. You forgot? So you forgot.
Right.
So I made a status about him. I cussed him out on the status. Then he jumped back in my inbox and he was like, "Oh, bro, you can take the status now. I ain't mean no harm." No, but you already said what the fuck you said when you said it. And you mean everything that you motherfucker said. Because what you probably did, went back to my picture like, "Oh, bro, I knew bro was gonna be gay. We was in middle school, but bitch, we was gonna be gay together. And now you're not here no more, bitch. I want to say like, I wish I could have found the tools or found anything just to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Just to get through your head. Like, baby, don't lose your life. You got a daughter out here loves you. Fuck the rest of these hoes. These hoes don't mean nobody because them hoes probably getting their pussy A and you doing what you doing, so you shouldn't worry about them.
Right.
My thing, because like I told people, I done been to the point where I wanted to kill myself. That was in 5th grade and 7th grade. Bitch, I never want to do that again.
Right.
Because I done went to crisis, I done did all that. They didn't really do nothing for me. I just know that, bitch, I don't want to be in crisis, bitch, doped up on dope, and bitch, I leave crisis, bitch, my problem's still going to be here. What's the point of going to crisis?
Right.
So my thing that I would tell people, baby, you just got to live in your truth. And if you know that you're different, embrace that you're different. And every day tell yourself in the mirror, baby, I'm different. God, I'm different. I'm different. I know you're different. Just embrace it. I don't want nobody killing themselves, losing their life because you don't know. Like you don't know your sexuality. You know your sexuality. Don't fight yourself. Just accept the fact that it is what it is. It is what it's gonna be. Like this, you got to embrace it that you're different. When I was younger, I used to go to school. Bitch, from home to school, everybody called me a faggot. Everybody made fun of me. Bitch, everybody did these things to me. So guess what I did? I absorbed all that up like a sponge and accept the fact, bitch, I'm different. And I just live my life every day being different. I know when it came time to play football, I knew I didn't want to play football. It's not that I could play football. I just didn't choose not to play football because that was not my thing. Then when I played football, I was like, "Oh, bitch, we didn't know you." So you just, what you didn't know?
Right.
So like,
what
go
was you
ahead.
about to say?
No, go ahead. I was going to let you speak.
Oh, wait, what was what?
We was talking about people killing themselves due to their sexuality.
I just feel like I'm just like what you have to do. What I also had to do is you have to unlearn a lot of things. We grow up. We have parents that had parents that taught them because their parents taught them. Like come from very like lines of traditions, and like my generation of people is the first generation to be like, yeah, we about to unlearn some shit, and we about to like get to know ourselves for ourselves. Like we gonna look up this and we gonna question because we were younger, we would question our mamas or whoever. It was always because I said so, because I said so. But I feel like we're that generation where it's like, well, girl, that answer don't work, and I'm going to question, I'm going to research, and I'm going to figure it out. So I feel like a lot of times, all of that, not accepting yourself and feeling like you can't turn to anything but taking your life away, is because you've been taught to learn and know a certain thing in a certain way, and like you don't know how to escape that. But what you just have to unlearn stuff. It's just some stuff you gonna have to unlearn because that's exactly
Because when I was younger, bitch, I was taught that girl and boy was supposed to be together. You get what I'm saying? I was taught that.
right.
Like, you supposed to have a girlfriend. No, you ain't supposed to have a boyfriend. No, you
Right.
ain't. Well, mom, what if I do? What if I do like? What if I do like the same sex? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. It's just been crazy. And if I have kids, I would just let my kids know that I would tell my children that everybody is different. Never judge anybody because that same person that you may judge, you may be one point in your life that same person. Everybody don't like chicken. You got people that like fried chicken. You got hoes that don't like baked chicken. You get what I'm saying? Everybody in this world is different. Although we all have the same units, like as sexual parts, but our mind are different. Everybody mind is different. Everybody mind's not going to be the same. And by me being
Right.
young, by me being like 4 and 3 years old, knowing that I was a different type of boy, I just absorbed that. You know what I'm saying? And just lived in my truth. Bitch, I always walk with my nose tooted up, like not to feel like I'm better than nobody, but nobody could never make me feel no type of way about my sexuality. You get what I'm saying? So I had girlfriends. I never had sex with a girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just did everything that the norm was doing. But I never really got that serious with a girl to even want to fuck her. To be honest, it just never.
Right.
And in my mind, I want to have sex with a trans man, but I don't know how I'll get past it.
My last relationship was with a girl. I was single everything. So I've never had a boyfriend. Ever had a boyfriend.
So what did the girl? Okay, so your girlfriend back in the day, what did she say about you now?
Well, we don't talk now, but along the way, we got in contact a few times. I actually was became like the godparent to her first child,
Mm-hmm.
and after that is when I don't know, like stuff just took a turn for the worse. I don't know what had happened. She had talked to my uncle at one point, and my uncle was like, I had a boyfriend, and then she started calling me out my name and all kind of stuff, and I was just like, girl,
No,
okay.
we got like that.
And then she tried to come later and apologize, and I just wasn't here for it because I was like, I mean, honestly, your apology really doesn't mean much for me. I'm not hurting. I'm not healed from that situation, so like it really didn't mean much. But yeah,
This my friend
it's a
Cool
lot.
Bananas. I
Hello?
don't know. I don't know why the fuck she in the dark, girl. Where the light at, girl? You always
I'm
want to get in here,
bad. I
girl.
know. I didn't this dark.
Girl, cut the light on, girl. What you about to pray?
The light is on. You.
Girl, that's one hell of a light, girl. Where you at, Cool Bananas? Cool Bananas. This is Tony Bryce. Tony
God,
Bryce. This is
big
Cool
sister.
Bananas. This is one of my Chi Game members, girl. She always coming on here. And girl, every time
Hey,
I try to
what's
get
up?
her to go live, girl, she don't want to go live. But today, girl, she's in here, girl. So obviously, she want to go.
Last time we agreed, actually, you said you was gonna go live on Tuesday and you didn't.
No, I was supposed to go live because I was supposed to do a
So
question and answer, but I didn't do the question and answer because I was like, girl, my page. I've been giving y'all so much great content, so I was like, girl, I had to. I had to stop. I'm gonna bring Savon in here too. So, what you want to talk about, Cool Bananas? Because, girl, this is Savon. Savon. So we have
I know
Tony Bright,
Savon. Hey, what's up, Savon?
Hey,
Cool
honey.
Bananas, and Savon.
Hey,
Savon,
Cool
that's
Bananas and Tony.
Hey, I wish y'all could see
Hi.
me.
girl. You need to get in your motherfucking car, girl, because I got damn light on, girl. A tap like something, girl. It's so dark out there, like you about
It
to pray.
really
Only thing
is though. At that dark, I think my
Right.
body cast in the shadow. But I mean,
I'm gonna
I
be
don't
on here
even
for a minute.
know.
Let me go ahead and talk to the ladies because you're not a
Well, it'll
lady. Well,
flow out.
you might be a lady, but you're not a lady. Let me go ahead and talk.
Is Cool Bananas talking? Because
Like,
I can't hear Cool Bananas.
Yeah, he's talking, but I'm finna go ahead and get him
my
out so
first.
me and Siobhan
Huh?
could go ahead and do some things. So cool, banana still be in here because I'm gonna bring you back. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So Siobhan, I seen that in the comments that you had transitioned at the age of what 25 too as well.
25. Yeah. I went through the whole androgynous identification as well. And I just couldn't make the decision of what I wanted to do because I was like kind of playing both fields, both
Mm.
sides. So I was like Chi Chi for a while too. It was like I could get it on either end. But feminine, I was always, as you say, Chi Chi, feminine. I was always feminine.
So by you being young, how was your upbringing? Like after you left your mom's house, like after you got like how like when did
So I left the home when I was 18, went to college, did like a semester at Florida AMU, came back because I was just homesick, but I never moved back home. Like I told you on
you would have what you said again?
FAMU.
Okay.
For a semester. Don't give me too much because I came back home. I came back home. You know, I'm real family oriented. So I came back home and then I just moved into my own place, went to school here, worked. I just kind of went back and forth because, you know, we mature after we leave the house. You can't come out and do yourself at home. You have to follow the parents' rules. So it took about 5 or 6 years for me to really, you know, find myself. I remember when I first went out and saw a drag show and I was like, oh my God, that's the shit that I want to do, you know? And that's the shit that I started doing. And then performing wasn't enough for me. You know, coming home, taking off was just like, here I am, back to tone, you know? So I remember when I decided I was going to transition, I'd already been in my corporate job for like two or 3 years. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to do this here? You know, with me being androgynous, I always changed my look. So it wasn't a big shock for them, but being consistent and then also earning their respect is real hard. It's real hard.
So what would you say to a young trans girl that's out there working in corporate America right now, that's really doing her thing, that really wants to give up, but, you know, she still go to work because, like you said, it's hard. See, I never went to work as dressing up. I always went to work as this. Now, if you catch me outside to work, bitch, and I'm doing, I ain't, you know, I'm out there getting $1 or I'm just out here having fun, that's not work, so I'm not at work. So what would you tell a young trans girl that's kind of difficult at work, that she wants to quit, but she loves the money? What would you tell her to do?
2 things. Remain consistent and understand there's a difference between dressing for work and dressing for the club. Those are the things that I see the girls today make the biggest mistake. You know, corporate work, you can't wear your after 5. You need to keep that after 5. But understand remaining consistent and understand that you are now, especially if it's for a company that isn't used to having trans workers, right? You know, trans employees, but open to it. Now you're going to have to be the image and the face of everybody that follows you. You know, so the only thing that I would say, continue to stay focused, continue to work hard, and just remain consistent. Because they look for you to flip and flop. They want a reason. And it's
they want a reason to let you go.
Yeah. Right. They want a reason. But if you remain consistent and you're going to have to work harder than the average Joe, the average Jane, or the average Shaquita, you're going to have to work extra hard, you know. So it just kind of depends on what your goal is and what it is that you want to do, you know. But I just tell them, stay focused. Don't give up. It's going to be hard. Have you a strong support system. Keep in contact with your good Judies that support you because you're going to need it. But consistency was the one thing for me. I could not and would not live any other way. So for me, there was no other option. And Tony, I'm pretty sure you could agree. Once you get to that point where you know who you are, there's no option. You can't turn around even if you want to. You won't do it.
And see, that's my problem. I never really wanted to get there because, bitch, I didn't want to. One day, I want to snatch my titties off, bro. These titties can't come off. So, girl, now I'm just stuck with this. Yes. It's something I ain't want to do. So that's why I never really took the next step to go ahead because, like I said, like when I dressed up, it was a different thing for me. It was like, oh, bitch, I could get a bitch daddy, I could get a bitch granddaddy looking like this. So my thing was just the illusion, and you know, just the illusion. But bitch, I'm ready to take this out. I gotta bust my nut, baby. Come on now, here we go.
Right, but you are also very comfortable in your skin. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't until I was able to fully dive into and experience, you know, my true self before I understood this is exactly what it is that I wanted to do. There's nothing wrong with being, as they call it today, gender fluid and being able to be on every set. I love it. I mean, if that's who you are, I believe that's the greatest level of creativity that there is. But for me, it just wasn't an option. I just couldn't. I mean, I couldn't be masculine if I wanted to. It was the only thing that really fit and felt like it was me, and I wasn't doing it.
But see, you gave me like a tomboy. Like if you was a girl, you would be a tomboy, bitch. You be out there playing
fixing cars,
with the boy.
fixing cars, doing all of it.
You give me that. Yeah.
That would have the cute little jumpsuit on with the heels and fixing the car, because I still want to give you badass bitch while doing it. I want you to be like,
right.
You know, so it's okay with being a top. I mean, all girls aren't necessarily the most feminine anyway.
Mm-hmm. So, Tony, do you have any questions for Savon?
Miss Pretty?
No, just listening to you talk. Actually, I was seeing this like some similarities. Like you went to college, I went to college. You worked in corporate, I worked in corporate. You transitioned at 25. I started at 25. So
yep.
I'm there.
I was following you. I was following everything that you were saying. I was following everything you were saying. And then for me, I wasn't really out in the scene. I would go to the clubs, but I was all right with being home and not going out either. But I could dip and dive into it, but I'm really focused on. So when you saying, hey, you on your 6-month hiatus, you not doing nothing. It was like before I met the guy that I'm with today, it was 7 years for me. 7.
How long you been with the guy you been with now, Savon?
It'll be 9 years in December. But 7 years prior to them, before that 7 years, honey, you know. You know.
The girls got to do what the girls got to do, honey.
Listen, but it got to a point to where, but what I was doing also was a lot of stuff that I was doing in that time. I'll be very honest and full transparent, give full transparency around it. I was also validating myself through, you know, the different men that I would attract. You know, even if I didn't do anything, it was almost like it was a validation for them to be interested, because I needed to really work on some more things for me. Not that it's wrong, because when you're transitioning so late in life, you know, you need that justification. Most girls get that in junior high, elementary, depending on, you know, how advanced you were. Elementary, junior high, or high school. It's all right, girl. You know, but, you know, we get it later in life when we're really fully transitioning to ourselves. So we're always later, you know, on the path we're trying to get it there. So you have 7 years and then now 9 years. It ain't been easy, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's what it is.
I have one quick question for you, Savon. So have you ever worked in the sex industry work?
I haven't. But let me say this though. We all have done something at some point. It may not have been, you know, we posted a page or, you know, we have, but we've all done something, honey. Because hell, even in a relationship, honey, I'll perform an act or two for a little something.
Right.
The audience might be different, but
right. Bitch. The only thing that's not different is the motherfucking pesos, bitch, when you peel it off and I say, give me mine. That's it. All that shit's still the same.
Exactly. And my thing was, I'm just not, for me in that space, I wouldn't be as customer centric. For me, it was just something about me being who the hell I am. And, you know, the John, if you will, you know, oh my God, you know, when I come over, I want you to wear this and I want you to do that and I want you to do that. And I'm like, bitch, I'm not doing none of that shit. Now, although I probably would have done it under any other situation, but for me, it was always a control thing because you want it. Now I'm like, bitch, no, I'm gonna put a baseball cap on and I'm still gonna come and you still gonna fuck me.
They said, Savon, do you want to get married one day? Well, I guess you got your answers to that.
No.
I'm gonna bring Mr. 6'8" in here. He probably like you, but then who's that pretty light skinned lady up there in the corner like that? Give him motherfucking Pocahontas Jasmine tea.
It's not that. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's something. I don't know what it is. At one point, I would have said yes, but now I don't know. It's an options thing. I think for me, even though I'm not looking and not doing anything, it's like not having the option to is not a deal for me.
So you say you've been in a relationship now for 9 years.
Yeah.
How is it? Like how I mean, I know you said it hasn't been great. And what what advice would you give to people that been in a relationship that long?
Patience.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you're not going to always like each other. And, in this, on the morning show this morning, you guys touched on a few things.
Mm-hmm.
In 9 years, a person changed. You're not the same. If you're doing it right, you're not the same person you were 9 years ago.
Right.
So you have to continue to talk. You have to continue to grow. And as you get into other things, after 5 years or so, your attention may or may not be solely on just that one particular person. And if that's the case, if one person is like, listen, this is not enough for just me, like it's okay, but I want other things, you got to have a game plan. You have to work through it. And have I said, listen, I feel like I want a little something on the side? I'm not going to lie. I have said that. Now, have I actually followed through with it? Not yet. I'm not saying that I won't. I'm just saying that we were able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's scary for me, though, because I feel like this Pandora's box. And if I open it, I don't know if I'll close it.
So, Tony, what advice would you give somebody that's been in a relationship for a good amount of time, like probably like 6 years, 5 years? What advice would you give them, Tony?
I really don't know, because I've been single for 15 years. So I really, getting relationship advice for me is kind of like, probably, I have good people to person advice just because of life skills and things like that. But in terms of like specific relationship, listen, because
And you know what? I've been single. I've been single I've been single for a long ass time, but I done dealt with people, done had conversations with people, done communicated with people. My only thing is no consistency level that's there. Mm-hmm. If I like you, bitch, I'm gonna blow up your phone, bitch, I'm gonna text your phone, I'm gonna do all these things to show you my like, but it might be one day, bitch, I forget to text you, and you don't text me back, and now you feel some type of way because bitch, I've been texting your phone since we've been talking, and then now it's like, oh well, you don't give a fuck. It's not that I don't care. I just want to see, because I don't want to keep forcing myself on you and it's not being reciprocated back.
So the one thing for me, prior to me being in this relationship, I didn't have any advice to give anybody either. Now, there was some shit that I said that I would not do because I'd never been in a relationship long enough to really experience to say what I would and would not do. You know what I'm saying? Before getting into this relationship, yeah, I was like, listen, if you wouldn't text me back right when you said you was gonna text, it was a whole problem for me. And it was never about the fact that you got a whole life outside of me. You got a whole career outside of me. It was issues with me and me wanting to control the situation. You get what I'm saying? With this particular relationship, it was different because I allowed myself to step outside of what I normally would do. How I would, be more open is what I did. And honestly, I'll be very honest. When we first met, it wasn't like I was like, oh my God, I'm trying to have a long-term relationship with you. No, it was the get. Because after 7 years, it was like, listen, I'm going to do this and I'm going to try to keep a level head about it. Because, after 7 years, it's like you're a virgin and you're a church girl, honey. You Laura Ingalls all over again, honey. Somebody you ready to just give them everything. And the difference was with this particular person, with my boyfriend, is the fact that, even after the foo-la-la, honey, it was like, okay, so I want to see you Saturday. We're going to do so-and-so, so-and-so. And I was like, okay, that's cute. I'm not doing nothing. And he just kept returning. He was just consistent. And I wasn't used to that consistency. So I thought, what's your angle here?
What's your motive? Because it got to be a motive.
Yeah, what's really going on? So, I mean, I just tried something new. But prior to then, I was just like telling him, like, I can tell you how to keep a friendship going, but a relationship, no.
What you doing Saturday? Because I'm gonna need you for Saturday. I want to do a key session with you Saturday.
Listen, the salon is closed, so I ain't doing shit. I'm here for you. You text me when you need me.
I will. Let me go ahead and because bitch, people coming in, I done open their lines up.
All right,
let me finish talking to Tony. Let Tony see She said, nice meeting you, Savon.
You too, Tony. Stay encouraged, and I'm following you, so you know.
Okay.
All right, baby.
I'll do
All right, Savon.
All right.
Let me let Mr. Here go Mr. 6'8" girl.
Hey there. What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. The way Tony blew back like bitch, like she seen a ghost or something. Tony, can you hear Tony? Did you look, Tony, you did like this. You said, oh, it's a bad. I was like, well, girl, what's going on over there?
Popped up yet when I leaned back.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's Tony. Tony, that's Mr. 6'8". Tristan is his name. Tristan.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all?
You know, we was just doing the open forum. I had Tony here doing the key session. You know, sitting there with my good trans sister. So I just wanted to. You got any questions? What you been watching? You got anything you want to speak about? Anything? And
so actually, yes. As far as like I know you mentioned about like having to compete because of somebody being like attracted to multiple different, you know, as far as like sex.
Me or Tony?
But hold on. I know if I recall correctly, I think you had mentioned that as well, Kee Wt Che, as far as like, you know, it also being difficult, right, to compete like with somebody that likes somebody all across the board. Did you feel that same? I'm sorry. Did you feel that same way, Tony?
I think I'm experiencing some breaking up. You say, do I feel the same way?
Yeah, because I know Kee Wt Che had mentioned that, you know, when it comes to like liking somebody that likes, you know, as far as like a bisexual man, like it's hard to like, as far as like, you know, compete as far as like with someone that likes somebody of multiple people, as far as like trans, you know, straight women, gay men. I guess, right. You know, my only thing that I just wanted to kind of add into that is that if the person is faithful to you, like you had mentioned, Tony, if that person is committed, like right. committed to you, like wanting to actually be with you and only you, then it should, you know, be no room for like competition. Like that person gonna be focused on you, only you and only you, if they really genuine about how they feel. That is. So.
And that's how I see it. I feel like my first thought isn't like, okay, this person is attracted to, is very OTA about it, open to all. My thought is, you know, this person gonna be faithful to me, no matter who he may or may not be attracted to. Is he gonna be faithful to me? And right. That's my first thought. And then, of course, you know, like I said, like I mentioned, if he does decide to cheat, I'm not worried about who he cheating with. I'm just concerned the fact that you cheated, period. Because now it's a wrap, it's over. Right. So I don't really think about it like that. I don't really think about it like that, because I'm just like, are you gonna be faithful to me, or are you not? And if you're not, then well, we ain't got no reason to be together.
Yeah, and I do have one question that I wanted to know just for myself personally. So as Kee Wt Che had mentioned earlier on the live, you know, I do consider myself bisexual. That was something that just recently came about as a thing of me stepping back, taking some time and just kind of like self-discovering myself as far as like who I am, because I started out dating women, but then it went from dating women to messing around with men to going back to women to talking to, you know, as far as like trans women. And then like it just became, I guess you could say, a thing to where I didn't see like any specific gender eventually over time. So now, you know, going forward, back in the day when I first like, you know, came on the scene as far as like an openly gay man, a lot of the other queens, like the, you know, the kids as they call them, used to bash me because they was like, you know, what do you want? What could you possibly want with a trans woman, or with a woman that, you know, live their life, you know, full time, you know, as far as in the female, you know, form and whatnot. And my thing was that's just, I feel like I had mentioned in the comments, you know, everybody has their own walks of life, you know, and I feel like different experiences kind of mold you into who you are today. So basically for me, being that I kind of grew up from a broken home, my definition of love was kind of, as far as like messed up at an early age. So I kind of had to learn what love was like for my, you know, for myself. And what that came to be was the gay community accepted me before my straight, as far as like family, friends, church members, and stuff like that, before they did, because they would, always talk down on me and, judge me and stuff like that. So it just became a thing of, I just started, having more of an open mind, I guess you could say. And over time, that's just how it came to be. But I used to always get mad back in the day because I'm like, why can't openly gay guy date trans women? That was my main question, because I didn't see anything wrong with it. But apparently, it's like taboo for an openly gay man to date a trans woman.
Mm.
Yeah. So, and that's just
Well, I definitely,
yeah.
I respect the fact that you know who you are, you know who and what you're attracted to, because a lot of people don't, and maybe a lot of people do, but aren't like willing to like receive that and like really live through it and
Right.
authentically. That's dope that you know who you're attracted to, and you don't let nobody or what rules or perceptions or thoughts, feelings, opinions, judgments, whatever, like determine what you're doing and who you open yourself up to. I think that's dope.
All right.
And so what advice would you give him?
Say that again.
I say, what advice would you give him, or just being in, just him being himself? What advice would you give him outside of just being himself? Like some things, what somebody told you when you were going through what you're going through. Because I won't say he's going through a transition, because this is him now. You get what I'm saying? So what advice, like what kind words or what words would you say to him because when he first came on my thing, I would kind of say I just don't know, because I never dealt with nobody that was bisexual. So when he said it, I'm looking, I'm like, girl. Then I said maybe, but then bitch, I got to play with it, because I don't know, because my mind is I don't ever want to be somewhere and then your real fish girlfriend see us. Oh, you motherfucking gay. See, it's gonna be so that's why I was saying it was gonna be too much, like for me.
Yeah, but I think if he is going to be open to however he receives, love in his life, then that's just a part of, like that process, like not knowing who's gonna have something to say, or like not where you gonna be at, and if how the people are gonna react to it. Like I just feel like at the end of the day, as long as you are open and honest with yourself and with the people that you are pursuing, and not that you have to be totally honest, because at the end of the day, what you do outside of that person, what you do. But as long as you're open and honest with yourself, and like you're not ashamed, you're not embarrassed, like none of that is really going to matter at the end of the day. Because I kind of look at that in terms of like being with a man. Like I will never date a DL. I just won't do it because I feel like, not that I'm wearing like I want you to wear a t-shirt that says my girlfriend is trans. No, but I with a platform that's growing. You can't hide me. What happens if what we doing on my birthday? We not gonna sit in the land of bed all day long, every day, 7 days a week. That's just not gonna happen.
Right.
So I can't be bothered. So for me, with somebody, they got to be confident in knowing that the person that they're standing beside, which is me, is who they are. Like that's who they want to be with, and no matter what nobody got to say, it ain't gonna change that. So that's how I feel about the situation when it comes to myself. So which like I say, OTA, as long as you open and honest with yourself and you receive, however love comes your way, whether it's love, lust, an experience, whatever, if you open to it and you experience it.
I do have one question I wanted to ask Tony. So like in response to like as far as like the trans women, so there's been times I would say that I have approached, as far as a trans woman, and I shoot my shot, as they call it, as the millennials call it. And
I mean, I live for you, this girl.
And they would kind of shut me down. They would kind of shut me down because you could tell that they were real guarded, because like I've had the person that I'm referring to, she basically mentioned that a lot of men, as far as play games with them, as far as like you all, when it comes to meaning what you say, as far as like, if you say like, okay, I'm feeling you and stuff like that. So my question that I had for you is that why do you think that a lot of trans women have that guarded shield, like that toughness, like that kind of like, you can't cut through, like, like I'm not really paying you no mind, like I'm not really trying to hear nothing you trying to say like it up front, because of the fact that whatever they may have been through in the past?
Well, I feel like I look at it like two ways. I feel like, just to make sure I'm responding to this correctly, is this coming from a standpoint of you being a person that is attracted to men as well?
Yeah. So basically, like this, I would say that she is attracted to men in general, just men in general. So not really like particularly whether they are like gay or DL, or straight, but just like as far as the image of a man in general, I guess you would say.
Well, for one, I think, I don't know. I kind of look at it three ways. I feel like as trans women, we don't always have people that take us serious.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do have somebody in your presence that's trying to take you serious, it feels very foreign to you, and you become apprehensive about a lot of different things. Like, wait, girl, he's consistent. He's texting back. Like, he wants to see me. He wants to spend time with me. He's taking me out. Like, that stuff is like unusual, because it's like, we ain't always used to that. I think that could just be a general standpoint. I think when we get into the specifics of a that is identified as like gay or pansexual, whatever, but the fact that he is attracted to men in a male form as well, I think we become apprehensive about that, because I think sometimes it makes us look like, okay, so is he liking me because I might have the same parts as a man would have? And sometimes another apprehensive thing is like, is he really trying to get close to me to like understand me and how I live? Because he may want to transition one day. You see some of that transition after some time frame. So I think and obviously if it's a situation outside of that, people have their own individual reasons, but those are probably like the most general themes that I've seen over time. Is one of those three. And the first one, like we're just not used to it, so it just comes across like that.
Yeah.
So Shayla, how you doing, sweetie?
Hi, Gigi.
So this Shayla, we got Tony Bryce, we got Tristan, and then we got our bitch over here, Savon. So Shayla, I have a question for you, Shayla. Would you date a man that's bisexual? If you met this guy and the guy told you, "Hey, baby, I'm bisexual," would you? How serious would you take him, and how far would you go?
I mean, honestly, I can't answer that because I've never been faced with it. So I don't think I could fully get at a real good answer until I've been faced with it. But I mean, if that's his preference, that's his preference. I'm going to be honest about it. But at the same time, I don't know if we're going to be in the same boat.
Mr. 6 foot. So for your particular situation, how long have you been trying to get to know this love interest? Because I don't know. How long have you been trying to get to know her?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call her a love interest. The only reason why I say that is because, so when we first initially met, I was living in a completely different city, and so because of that, it was kind of hard because of my previous situation that I could not come up to see her. But now things have changed because now I live in the Atlanta area, and so because of that, it's like a thing of, okay, now it's like, okay, there's no excuse at all. But because of the fact that I explained to her from the get-go that I don't want it to be focused on the sexual thing, because being that I've been around trans women for about 10 years as far as like, you know, being around people that I just know personally in the community. I know sort of like the things that they kind of like feel like they're preyed upon when it comes to like men having like different weird
Us being
attractions.
fetishes for them mostly.
Right, exactly. So I didn't want it to be like one of those things to where it's like, because I kind of felt like it was like, you know, she had made, you know, as far as like in a suggestion as far as me coming over and something sexual happening. And I told her that, you know, I didn't want to do that because I felt like if I did that, it was going to like ruin like whatever chance or like as far as anything that could like potentially blossom down the road. So because of that, you know, I kind of held off because in my heart's of heart, being the emotional person that I am, as far as like emotionally attached, I was like, I don't want to get sexually involved and get attached. And then, yeah, if that's not what she's looking for, then you know, okay,
maybe she was going to take your stuff, honey, and see you on, honey. Like, girl, bye. I got my nut.
It was either she was going to do that or she wasn't you. Because honestly, like I'm sitting here at the strong age of 43, and outside of the boo that I'm with right now of 9 years, I've never had someone say, hey, I'm interested, and it's not just about the sex. Now I've heard them say that initially. And as soon as we get to the house, honey, it was all about the sex. And I was for it. I'm grown. I was for it, you know. And then afterwards, it was a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that she is not used to it because it's not something, one, I've never met a gay man or bisexual man that's open about being gay, bi, or into trans. This is a first, well, outside of my boyfriend, obviously, but this is a first. And I think that's what captivated, you know, him, made him so captivating to me. It's outside of the norm. And when it's outside of the norm, it's almost one of those things that it's too good to be true. Is it true? Or does he just have some fire-ass game?
Right.
You know, and so if she's guarded and she's not letting you in, it could be several reasons. It could be that she just don't really want it to that level that you want it, you know. But then that's why I asked, how long have you been trying to get to know her? Because a lot of times it just takes time to break past that wall for her to see what your intentions are, and then for her to lower her guard a little bit. That's if she's looking for that. But if she's not looking for that, it's nothing you can say. All that romantic shit. She's like, you coming off the dick or you gotta go.
Right. And that's why I brought the question up to Tony, because I kind of felt like because she kind of has, you know, like an aggressive personality, you know, it kind of comes across as, you know, you can tell, you know, how you can tell when somebody's been through something. So they kind of like, they don't really have too many high expectations when it comes to people trying to, you know, as far as like talk to them.
I can tell you what it is right off rip.
What is it?
Girl, she was like, girl, no ma'am. Girl, this man, this in her mind, this is what she's saying in verbatim. This Bush Queen boy likes me. I like Trey. And see, most times people miss out on their blessing because the illusion that they like.
Right.
Is that what you think?
Because she it wasn't. It didn't really move me. It moved me like she was like, girl, like very much like, girl, get out of here. You know? Like it was like, girl,
So, yeah,
so I don't know.
As funny as that sounds, Chi Chi kind of has somewhat of a point in that, because of the fact that even though I consider myself, you know, as far as being bi, but as you know, of course, as y'all seeing me right now, I'm not like by far no means no hardcore dude. I don't have no tattoos. I was raised in the church at an early age, so I'm kind of that like too much.
What I told you the other day, sag your pants a little bit, let your nuts hang, put a little,
But see, if they know that he is from the cloth, from a family of the cloth, they gonna already know that he not finna. His swag is not gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying?
But and you might try a different approach to get the bitch that you want. You might have to put a little.
But then but would that feel authentic to you then, mister?
So So here's the thing, like I will say that, and I can admit this flaw. I have a huge flaw as far as there's a part of me that do somewhat wants the validation from certain family members who I feel like have kind of like outcasted me from like Jumpstart. So because of that, and because I know what they expected of me initially and what did not become of, it's more like a thing of, I want to be able to bring somebody home and say, and stand proud, stand with pride and say, okay, this is who I'm with. Like that's my whole fantasy. And it may be a flawed, thing for me to, as far as like, feel that or like want that as far as that validation. But, when you've had people to, as far as even like tell you as far as like you're not invited to like family dinners and stuff, or that, you going to hell or you're going to be nailed, like all of that stuff, it plays a toll on you after so long. So it's like that whole validation thing, even though I'm able to like finally come into like acceptance with being comfortable with me, there's still a part to where I want to be able to say, okay, this is just who I am and this is who I'm with. And so, yeah.
So Tristan, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So because you're looking for that validation from your family, do you feel like you look for that inside relationships or anybody you want to talk to romantically?
I will say that I did in my previous relationships, and that was the reason why I kind of took a break from dating for a while, like since 2017, because I felt like I needed to go to counseling and kind of like really figure out, because I was at a point where I was ready to commit suicide because I didn't feel like I knew who I was at all. Like,
and let me tell you what me and Tony Bryce said about committing suicide. Bitch, you kill yourself. What you killing yourself for? Bitch, this is what you got to do every day when you wake up in the motherfucking mirror. Bitch, walk in front of that mirror and tell the mirror, bitch, you know you different. Absorb that. If you got to wake up every day and tell yourself that you're different because you killing yourself, what the fuck that gonna do? People gonna say, well, he still killed himself because he was fat. Or he still killed himself because he was bisexual. So it's no point of killing yourself. Just accept the fact and learn how to stand in your truth. Bitch, learn how to put them same shoes that you've been putting on this long. And bitch, accept the fact that bitch, that's what it is. And my problem is with you, you're looking for validation. At the end of the day, fuck your family. If your family love you, them bitches gonna rock with you. Bitch, if you bring a poodle home or you bring a motherfucking parakeet home, them bitches gonna rock with you. Period. Stop. What we need to do in this community, our community, we need to start trying to get validation for people opinions that really don't matter at the end of the motherfucking day. Because what really matters at the end of the day is your happiness, what you got going on with you. Now, if you want to invite somebody over there to that, you can do that. But you going out there, fuck all that. Get you together first. Yeah. Love you first. Put yourself first. Fuck the rest of the hoes.
So, Mister, what is your? I'm sorry, Tony's back. Can you hear us, Love Muffin?
Yes, I hear y'all so much, but it went from choppy. I came back in. I hear what's going on, but I hear everybody now.
I wanted to say something to Mr. 6 Foot, but I wanted you to chime in or I didn't want to chime in before you.
What I missed.
So Mr. 6 Foot was talking about how in some of his past relationships, he did find himself seeking validation in those relationships due to the fact that he's got those alienation from some pretty key members in his family that he's seeking validation from. And I don't know, what you've gone through in that space, but I know what he's gone through in that space because I've gone through it. But he was asking you, how you felt about that. And because he said that he noticed that you were kind of guarded as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? One thing that I've learned, actually, I get this quote, and I said it in my spotlight interview too. But there's a girl I know. Her name is Jasmine, and I was doing another show one day, and she was just like, relationships are optional, and I really believe that, like, relationships are optional, and that's for anybody, family, whoever. And I just personally believe that I'm just not going to put myself in any relationship that doesn't honor me and that doesn't, make me feel the best of me that I can possibly be. Right. And I feel like it comes to you being you and owning who you are, like, you can't, like, as much as you go out and try to seek validation or acceptance or whatever the case may be, like, a lot of times you probably not gonna find it, especially when it comes to family, because you have to find that within you, and that's just because and then when you do find it within you and you know that this is what it is, can't nobody tell you nothing.
I will also add to that and say that once you get to that point to where your happiness is the center of your joy and the mission for your life, it don't matter anymore.
Nobody else means shit.
It don't matter anymore. And a lot of times people use, I will call it an insecurity, because when you're looking for validation, that is a form of insecurity, and it's a valid form. But a lot of people use that insecurity to control you.
Right.
So as close as me and my mom was, or as we are, my grandmother was my person in my life who I, was looking for validation from. She was the person I looked up to. She was the biggest, the baddest. A lot of people come here and say, "Oh my God, you giving me news reporter everything," because she was just elegant. That's just what she gives. And she's a strong 78, and she still gives you body and elegance. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that was the person who I look up to. And because she's a minister, I was going to forever be Tone, because my name, my government name, or I'm not going to say dead name because I still have it, is Tony with a Y, not an I. And so my middle name is Savon. So Tony Savon is my name. So I don't go by Tony really anymore. I go by Savon. And, in her mind, you're going to always be Tony, you're going to always be Tone. And it's always a he, no matter how I show up.
Right.
And as harmful and hurtful as that was, I said, okay, that's your reality. But what I don't have to do at a grown age is subject myself to that anymore. So I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to work on me. You get what I'm saying? It's a process. It's not an overnight process. And you go through you. Because honestly, there's a greatness, there's a path that God has for you. So you're not a mistake, A.
Right.
B, you have to, in order to see where you're supposed to be, you have to let all that outside noise out. And it's easier said than done. But you are unique for a reason. And I don't know which people, and I don't know if it's immediate mother, immediate father, or if it's aunt, cousin, somebody like that. But once you find that you accept yourself and you really don't give a fuck, because it's going to get to that, you will be amazed at how much they start giving less of a fuck about those things in your life as well.
Yeah, because I feel like they only give a fuck because you give a fuck. You get what I'm saying?
It's a way to control you. It's a way to control you to give, because if you look at life, they're doing what the fuck they want to do in their lives. And I promise you, there's something that they've done in their life that their mother, that their father, or that great aunt that they love didn't care about, but they made the best decision for them. It is amazing how people can get that shit when it comes down to your decision and your choices.
Right, exactly, and that's the reason why I decided to step back. Like I stepped back away from, to be honest, like I stepped back away from church.
Yeah,
I stepped back away from like a lot of people because I just really had to take a moment and realize, like,
okay, I need to give you a class. I need to give you a toughen up skin class, bitch. Fuck them hoes, bitch. Fuck them hoes, church hoes, the hoes that fuck them hoes. Because at the end of the day, that's why I'm telling you, when I was younger, it was all them hoes was pointing their finger at me. You get what I'm saying? So I absorbed it at a young age. Put my motherfucking tennis shoes on. Lace them bitches up extra tight. Because tonight I don't know if I'm finna fight today or it's finna be tomorrow. Because when I walk out the door, somebody's gonna call me a faggot. Somebody's gonna say something. So, bitch, I had the bitch knuckle up. But you got to put these knuckles up. And not only do you have to put them knuckles up, them bitches behind you, you focus on what's going on in front of you. And stop. You don't need validation from no one. Validation comes from self. You can't go out there and buy validation. Now, you get you a validation parking pass, but you can't go out there and just go pick that up off the corner. Like, fuck all that. Love yourself for you. Embrace that. You are bisexual. You like friends, you like it all, and you're gonna find a bitch out there that's gonna love you. You might even find you a real woman out there that might love you because you just being open with your sexuality, because these niggas don't be open with their sexuality about.
At all, period.
Just put your motherfucking wrestling shoes on, bitch, and go outside in your backyard and wrestle you an alligator and bitch get tough skin. You need some tough skin. I told you, I ain't with no crybaby ass nigga, because bitch, I ain't no crybaby ass nigga. I won't say that you want to be a good candidate for me, but all that, that we got nuts. Let's show our nuts. Let our nuts hang.
I feel you on that. Well, you know what I would say to that.
Basing your damn voice.
Yes, bitch, put your stop all that gay ass shit. Stop crying like a little girl.
No.
But what I would say to that, and I'm glad you brought that up. What I would say to that is that I've also learned to accept that side of me as well. When I say that side, I mean the side that do as far as like that has the compassion, as far as like that cares. Because I feel like that's what makes me who I am. If I was a person that was nonchalant about a lot of stuff, I would be completely different as far as like who I am as a person right now. So I do agree as far as like the toughening up, but I feel like as far as the whole like not like harsh, as far as like in your face kind of like, you know, aggressive type, like I don't feel like I would never be that person, because this is just who I am. Like this is what I feel most comfortable with, as far as being just that kind of like, you know, level-headed, you know, goofy, you know, soft-spoken guy. Like that's just me. Like that's all I know how to be. Like and being romantic and stuff like that, that's all I know how to be.
And I don't know how to be in the professional corporate world, you will thrive. You will. However, when it gets to that point, and this is not a but. One thing that I will say, being someone in the trans community who has been through the struggle emotionally and identifying and trying to work through it, sometimes, you know, we're working through our own shit. Mm-hmm. So we're compassionate, but, you know, mending souls together in a relationship while we both working through our own shit could be toxic as fuck too. So I commend you for taking that moment of saying, hey, let me sit back and let me get my shit together. Had I not done that for 7 years, I don't think the relationship that I'm in today would be as successful as it is today, because of the fact I needed that quiet period. Now, it may not be 7 years for you. It could be 3, it could be 6, it can be 2 weeks for some people. But you got to take that moment to understand where it is that you are, to know where your foundation is, so that, because the shit that you're going through right now, I can promise you, when you do get to where you need to be and you do find that life partner, all the shit you're going through right now is going to prepare you for that.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree with that.
But that family thing is a bitch. But you got to get that, yeah. Because I know what that's about. That family loves you until they put you in the casket, and then once you're in the casket, I've heard it. I've had too many people that have died, you know, that was close to me, and then we put them in the casket. I'm sitting here listening to they pussy ass mammy, excuse me, talking about they could have told me everything. I love them, bitch. You a damn lie. You why he in the casket? Because he killed himself because you wouldn't accept him. Now you got all the understanding of fucking Joe. Girl, bye.
And that's why I'm telling you, it's no point, there's no needs to you want to get to the point that you need to take your life for what? Bitch, call me on the phone, bitch. I'll give you my number, because bitch, you ain't gonna do that for what you gonna do that for? Because bitch, I'm gonna talk about you, bitch. Retarded. He ain't want to live fish straight up. I was trying to tell him to bitch let all that. Sometimes you just certain shit, Christian, you just have to let go. You gotta let, you know how the most say let go and let God. Certain shit you just gotta let go and let God. If it's meant to come, if it's meant to be, it will come back again. It will resurface. But if it's not, that bitch gone dead out there in the woods somewhere. Yeah. That's why every time I get on my line, I try to speak, you know, positive things, because I done been there. I done been to the point where I want to kill myself. Not because I was bad. It's just because it was some other shit going on, like with my auntie. Like it was a whole bunch of shit. Mm-hmm. So I just talked about my friend who lost his life. Me and him was cool. We was real cool in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Bitch, now all of a sudden, bitch, I found you. Bitch, you so this macho man, or you still was a little girl inside. Bitch, accept the fact that's what it is. You can be a macho man, you can still be a little girl. You can accept the fact. Sometimes you just got to accept the fact.
Right. Be a macho little girl.
Right.
Shit, whatever you want. It's 2020. Shit, people identify as frogs today. Do what you need to do.
You got a lot of time to think about it with this corona stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of time to self-reflect. And you know, that also goes back to my father, because my father, he was like one of the like core people of the people that I initially like really wanted a relationship with. And it it took me going through rehab, going to like, you know, checking myself in the rehab because I went through like a lot of stuff at one point to where I had to go, you know, go to rehab for some things and stuff. It took me going through all of that to realize that this man is never gonna love you, whether you straight, gay, whatever. This man is never gonna love you. He's gonna always resent you because you are your mother's child. That's just what it is. I look like my mom. Me and my mom, like we both have the same personality when it comes to like our ways. So this man is never going to love you. So it took me going through all of that to accept it. Now that I have accepted it, the funny part about it is that I have a lot of family on his side who kind of sometimes come down hard on me because they feel like, you know, with Tristan, you know, when are you going to, you know, be the bigger person and extend that olive branch? I'm like, hell, I've been doing it for 31 years. Like, well, you may as well, I mean, like I'm 31 now, but I've been doing it for 20 years though, practically, because my parents divorced at an early age. So it's like, what else you want me to do? Like, you cannot force anybody to love you who won't love you back, period. So that's just what it was. And we had our the last time we met up was last Thanksgiving. I made one last ditch effort, and that was only because of the fact that my grandmother, his mom, had passed away, and I decided to go back home, which I never really go back home that much because, you know, it's a lot of like bad memories and stuff. So I don't really go back like to my hometown. But I made one last ditch effort, and that man acted like I was hardly in the room. He talked about himself more than he talked about anybody else. So I said, after that, I'm done. Like, I was cool. I was already cool before, but after that, I was cool because the man, you just cannot change a person, period. I don't care if that person does not want to change, you cannot change them. So if that's their thought process, that's going to be their thought process regardless.
That's it.
Like, period.
That's it. Me and my dad, I think I have spent the most time with my dad in the last year and a half than I have with my whole life, It took him in the emergency room, stage 4 cancer, bone, brain, spine, lungs, and liver. And you talk about somebody who never drank, who never did drugs, who never did nothing but go to church, praise the Lord, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
It took that point for him to face his mortality, for him to actually open up. You know what I'm saying? And it had been 10 years since I had seen him. So this last year and a half, we've had more of a relationship now than we have my whole life. Some people, they are just so self-centered and self-absorbed to where they can't think about nothing but themselves.
Right.
And that's just it. And we can't absorb that. I had to let that shit go. You're going to have to let that shit go because honestly, he a grown-ass man. I know it's your daddy, but he a full grown-ass man with his own issues. And he is doing what he needs to do for him. And if you continue to absorb that, that's going to continue to distract you from where you need to be in your growth.
And doing what you need to do for you.
Yep.
Right.
And it's sad, but shit we go through.
So I'll just jump in real quick. I'm about to get off of here, you guys. I just want to say thank you so much, Kee Wt Che, for tonight. I appreciate you for bringing me on. Nice meeting you, Tristan, Stavion, and Shayla. Yes, Shayla. And say, Tristan, I hope everything works out for you. Again, just keep, owning you, and that's really the key to it.
I appreciate it.
Right.
Y'all have a good night.
And me and I'll talk to you later on tonight, probably tomorrow. All right, baby. Yeah. But Tristan, you got to do, baby, you got to listen. You got to live your life for you. Bitch, Shayla, you grew up with your daddy?
Child, no, I don't even know where that man at. And the crazy thing is, me and my dad are literally twins.
Mm-hmm.
If you put him right next to me, and he actually tried to deny me one time, I said, that's okay, baby. I don't need your $12 of child support. My dad has 22 children.
Wow.
Oh.
So, and I'm the oldest, and I'm only 28. So you can imagine he's still going.
So Shayla, see, I'm the oldest of his kids. You take this wig off, you look the exact same way. He bald, I'm bald, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So you just the same damn way as both Libras.
We don't grow up in a household with our dads anyway, in the Black community. No. If you do, that's very seldom. Seldom. But if he there, bitch, you see majority of your mama, then you see your motherfucking dad.
Well, I was raised by my great grandmother because I didn't grow up with my mom either. So, I mean, now me and my mom have gotten a better relationship now that I've gotten older. But as a child, But
how did that make you feel about growing up? How did that make you feel as a child by growing up with your grandmother instead of your mom?
I was like a real angry child. Like I've been in anger management. I've had my times where I wanted to commit suicide. I mean, it's hard because you kind of, as a child, you know, they try to shelter you from so much stuff. And a lot of the information they were keeping from me, I found out in a bad way. So it was kind of like, well, why couldn't y'all tell me? Or I just kind of felt unwanted. Like already my dad is not there. My mom is not there. And then my great grandmother had to step in. And then once she passed away, that's when I really lost it. So then my grandmother stepped in, and then I was raised by my great aunt. But it was like she had ample time to come back for me, and she never did. Now I don't hold it against her no more because me and my mom are like this now. Like you.
That's how I was with my mama when I did this the siblings key session with my family. That's how I was. Like, bitch, where the fuck you was at? Like, bitch, you could just came back and popped in and say, hey, I'm here. I'm out again, but I'm here. You know, like that was my thing. I don't hold this thing. I don't hold her against nothing. Maybe it is what it is. I just wish that she tried to, even though she's doing it, I just wish that she would try a little more hard.
You know a little harder.
Like get your own shit. So
the bad thing about it is my mom was right down the street, literally 4 houses down.
Wow.
So it was kind of like, okay, well, I just felt like an unwanted child. And I know my grandparents, they tried to make it better. But then at the same time, it's like, well, why can't my mama be here? You know, it's sad, but I've gotten over it. I'm 28. I can't hold on to that stuff forever. If I do, I'd be stressed out and crazy.
And that's what I had to finally make that same decision to hold on to it. I mean, I'm blessed enough that he's still here. He's still fighting cancer, but he's in remission for a lot of it. But so we had the opportunity to talk about it. I mean, because I'm a communicator. If you can't tell, I don't have a problem talking about shit. And you know, what I did tell him was, I used to question it, but I look at who I am today and the struggles that I already had and how much worse they would have been had his ass been there with his toxic masculinity.
Right.
So I'm thankful that he wasn't there. But my dad was just very self-centered. It was all about what he wanted at the time and nothing else mattered. I mean, and I actually can understand. I understand where he's coming from because I have a lot of those same qualities, but I don't understand how he couldn't be there for his child because I don't have a child. I have my niece. And when I tell you my niece, I would drop anything for her. So my thing is for your own seed. Like if that's the way I feel about my niece, imagine how it would be about my own child. So then I'm sitting up here like, well, why couldn't you be there? But you're right. I had to get to a point where it's just like, you know what? It is what it is. Things happen the way they happen for a reason. I'm still here. God led me through it. So I have the opportunity. I either have the option of holding on to it and harboring, or what they would say in the church, pampering that spirit, or moving forward and using it as growth. Because we do have a choice to make, you know, a decision to make. And I just use it as growth. The shit was.
And that's why I'm over here telling Tristan, baby, you gotta let that shit grow and move. Because the more you be stuck at that little speed bump, baby, you ain't gonna get nowhere. I feel like once you move that little speed bump, bitch, everything gonna flow how it need to flow. Because that little speed bump that you had blocking you, it was blocking your whole bunch of other shit that was lined up behind you. And you can't get past that because that right there is in your mind. So you just stuck on that, baby. Sometimes you just gotta say fuck family and go about your business. And you love them. You never said you did not love them.
Yeah.
You just got to say fuck them.
And it is definitely possible to love somebody and not like them at the same time.
Absolutely. And not mess with them because you got to protect your space.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, and unfortunately, you know, it's a trickle down effect because of the fact that my dad, you know, he was an alcoholic. And he was very abusive. Like he was, when I say abusive, like we talking about like we breaking noses. Like my mom, like, you know, just completely just like every day it's a fight. And this stuff went on for like 13 years as far as in their marriage. So the fact that, you know, you're seeing all of that growing up, it's just like, it's so toxic. So now it's like the trickle down effect is that even though me and my mom have a relationship, but even with that, it's like a tense relationship because I've seen her sit there and allow so much violence to occur. And I don't, you know, I don't blame her. I don't fault her for anything. It's just my thing is I just feel like that when you've been through stuff where you witnessed stuff, some things you just cannot like get out of your head. Like it just stays with you forever. So like I still deal with anxiety at nights because of just you're worried about, like I don't sleep at night. Like even as a child, I didn't sleep because of the fact that when I was a kid, I was so worried about what my dad was gonna do in the next room that I would run to the next room. So even now, I still don't sleep as an adult because I'm still having that anxiety because that it just sticks with you. Like it
Really, you
fucks
smoke
with
you
your
a
head.
joint. You smoke you a J.
Now, Chi, he just said that he had to go through rehab at one point in his life. That might not be the best solution.
I can give you an edible or give you some melatonin, baby. You got to sleep.
Melatonin may help.
And what you need to stop doing, like you're never ever going to forget about it, but stop putting so much thought into it. Maybe if you try to less think about it and think about, bitch, find you somebody that's gonna love you, that's gonna work you through that. Maybe you'll put that in the back of your mind, even though you're never ever going to forget about it. But just for right now, just like don't put that in the first thing in your mind. Think about something. Think about something. Bitch, think about butterflies. Bitch, think about something. Think about it every place.
My coping mechanism is that, you know, I work a lot, and then on top of working, like I had been doing the YouTube thing for a while, but I really got back into it recently because it's just for me. That's my little thing to where it's like my talking to myself, my diary or whatever you want to call it. So, you know, between the YouTube channel and me working a lot, like that keeps me occupied. Like I feel like for me, I have to stay occupied at all times, like always doing something because I don't like to sit idle in my
your mind gets racing when you sit idle.
Right. And this is why this time right now has been tough because all you do is you can stay at home. So it's like, no, you know, it's like you gotta
put you some tennis shoes on, go for a walk. Did you see what I've been doing in the morning? I've been getting my fat ass up instead of me just laying here and soaking in it. And I won't say it's not misery, but bitch, no, get up one morning, put you some tennis shoes on, get your phone. You still can record yourself, just like your YouTube, or just do videos on your phone to get your mind out of something. Because once your mind is going to be in that loop, your mind is going to be wrapped up and it's going to keep looping. You need to do something to free your mind. Like you sitting in there, you need to put your tennis shoes on. Because if you walk around the corner and bitch walk back, or you walk up the street and walk, bitch, do something productive. Because you're not really gonna be, your mind gonna be. That's why I said, even though I haven't been going nowhere, and Paris came and got me the other day, I came home and I've been home for like a week, but bitch, I have to get up in the morning. I have to walk and do something, or bitch, something. So I can't sit in one place for a long ass time. That's not gonna happen. But it's been happening because I've been trying to put my mind somewhere else. Like in the morning, okay, bitch, get up, let's go walk. You know what I'm saying? Go take a breather, get a breath of fresh air, and shit like that. Yeah, you just gotta get your mind, because your mind right now is conditioned into this. Taking mind out of that, step back out your mind, sit your mind over here, put your mind right there on the counter, and you come back to your mind after you don't got your other mind together. Because right now, what is happening is you keep reliving the same shit over and over, and you don't bring that up with you all the way to 31 years old. You really never had nobody really to sit down and talk to and let them know how you're feeling or whatever. So that's why from a little boy to a grown man, you still have these things right now because in your mind, you never let that off your mind. You probably put it in a place, but you never forgot the place that you put it. And sometimes when you put stuff in a place, you just need to forget it. Yeah, you ain't gonna never forget what really happened, but just put that shit behind you and keep moving forward. But my situation, when I was going through when I was molested and all of these things was happening to me, I found the bitch that I could confide in and tell the bitch what's going on. Because when I wanted to talk to my mama, she wanted to talk about it. Bitch, I don't want to talk about it no more because bitch, it already done happened and we're not finna relive it.
Mhm.
So I just found somebody who I could confide in, or maybe if I walked outside and just walked and talked to myself and had a conversation with myself or God, bitch, you got to let that off of you, because it's gonna keep fucking with you and fucking with you and fucking with you and fucking with you and fucking with you. So one day you're gonna get to that day, and you might end up taking your life. It's not that something that you wanted to do, but by you not having that outlet to let the other stuff off your mind, baby.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get nowhere.
And that's why, I don't know if I had told you in the other live, but I commend you, especially you and T.S. Madison, because, y'all live so unapologetically, as far as in y'all lives, and especially, watching the video that you did with Miss Mary, when y'all sat down and y'all talked as far as the dynamics between, you growing up and what you had went through, and Miss Mary, her experience dealing with, T.S. Madison back, when she was in Florida. Like, watching all of that, it was just like an eye opener. Like, that video was so needed, at least for me it was, because it just like shed so much light on so many different things. So, just like watching you live your, as far as your truth of who you are, unapologetic, like you don't care about who don't like what, you're just you.
Because it was a point where I did care. It was a point where I was caring.
Yep.
It was a point where people was making me question myself. And I'm like, bitch, if he loved me or if he didn't want me this way, he wouldn't even make me this way. Bitch, it wasn't my thought when I was a little boy that I was gonna like boys. It wasn't my thought in my mind that I was gonna like girls. Bitch, I just like the boys. Girls was always beautiful. Like, Shayla is very pretty to me, but Shayla can't do nothing but like, girl, what the niggas at?
I mean, and that's true. That's true. People are afraid of what they don't understand. And here's the one thing that I've always never understood about, a lot of families. They wake up, they do their thing as they progress in life from first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade. They see that one little person that they just don't know. They just get butterflies all tickled on the inside. And every time they see them, they just all like this and shit. And they didn't make a decision that when they saw that person, that's how they was gonna feel. They just naturally felt that way. So I hate when somebody would say, well, you chose to be this way. No, I didn't choose to be this way. Now, I may have made the choice to not hide it, and to live unapologetic about it. But that feeling that I have, I didn't make a choice. I just saw little Ralph, and I was like, shit, hey. And I remember that moment in sixth grade. I remember that moment because my friend Kim liked this guy. She was like, he's cute. And I remember looking and said, damn, he is cute. And that was my moment, like,
oh shit.
So I had this whole little crush, and he was my boyfriend in my head that whole grade year while he was Kim's boyfriend.
Right.
Like, shit. I mean, that's just how that was my moment. But I hate when people say, this is the decision that you made. No, the only decision that I made was to not hide it and to live in my truth. Right. That was the only decision. The way I feel, I didn't decide. If you don't like dick, you can't wake up and say, I'm going to like dick today. If you don't like chicken, you're not going to eat chicken. If you don't like seafood, you're not going to eat seafood. So I'm tired of people thinking that you can just wake up and suck a dick or eat some pussy just because you think that you're going to do it and love it.
That ain't how it works.
Come on, Savon, tell it now.
What you got to say, Shayla? What you got to say, Shayla?
Let me just say this. I commend all of y'all for living in y'all truth, because I don't know what it's like to have that issue, because I'm a female and I'm attracted to men as I'm supposed to be, as they put it.
Right.
But my hat's off, because it took me a while to even come out of my box. Like, even in high school, like, I was teased a lot. They used to call me ugly and everything. And that was like the last push on the edge for me in high school. But as an adult, I decided to take control of my own life and let people know, like, girl, I don't care what you say. Like, I didn't have to find this beauty. I know it's always there, but at the same time, it's like, it's only so much you can take. But
that's why I'm telling you,
have to find validation in yourself. It doesn't come from anybody else. Nobody.
Right. I definitely appreciate that.
So I'm gonna keep you company one of these days. I'm gonna have to just pull up down there to make John. Tristan, I'm at your door. What's up? Let me in. Let me in. Because I just feel like that, and like in me, I would talk to anybody. People would tell you, people write me all the time in my inbox. I just love how you just live your life. Like this girl, Tawana, I think her name is. She wrote me. She said she was adopted, and me and her got on live one day, and we just talked. She was like, "Oh my God!" I thought because I don't know how it feels to grow up in a foster home. You get what I'm saying? But my mom used to work at a foster home. I was at the foster home, but I was a baby, so I don't know how it feels to grow up in one, going from people coming to look at kids. I don't know that. You get what I'm saying? Because I was so happy to just get adopted as a baby, but by my mom still working at the foster home, me and my little brother went back. We did field trips. We never stayed there, but we went back, did field trips. Every time they went, then everything was good. So I don't know. So I'm just telling everybody is different. And Tristan, you just got to find somebody that you confide in, or not even you confide in. Maybe this is how to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself.
There it is.
I will. Outside of business hours, I'm here on fucking home shit. So you can inbox me. I don't ever have a problem talking.
No, Siobhan always likes to talk. That's why I like talking to Siobhan, because Siobhan be ready, bitch.
I was like, girl, I got this call, but let me finish this shit up, girl, and I'm gonna ping you. Just because I needed that shit. And I feel like when God pushes you through something, it's not just so you can survive, it's so that you can be a blessing to others. So my story is I will share it. I'm an open book.
Right.
And you been in the church, he be in the church. So both of y'all understand the still perfect.
I love the Lord, but I stopped going to church with my mom. Because I got to a point, I was like, "Now, Mom, if they're gonna sit here and be, unapologetically rude and disrespectful, let me tell you, I'm gonna cuss their asses out in the name of the Lord, in the house of the Lord too. So if you come to me, I'm gonna meet you with that same energy right then and there. So me and Mom, we don't go to the same church anymore because I'll be like, I will cuss out sister so and so. So if you come over again with that bullshit, and I'll take that ass whooping in the parking lot, okay? Because Mama gonna beat the hell out of me, and I'm gonna take that's an ass whooping I'm gonna earn. But sister so and so ain't gonna say shit else to me, not without praying about it first.
That's why that Clark sister movie got on my nerve, because I was looking at that the whole time, just like over it, like really, like that's how y'all do it. Like you feel the as far as the connection, as far as to some of the stuff that they were doing, because it's like really, like that's what y'all doing, really.
That movie had so many holes in it.
And let me tell you this, because I ain't watched the movie, but let me tell you about a bitch had me fucked up in the church life, afterlife, before Christ, after death. You got me fucked up. Period. You just got me fucked up. I'm just and the people who's watching this who don't have tough skin, bitch, you got to get you some tough skin, because you got to let the bitch know where they had you fucked up, when they had you fucked up, and why they had you fucked up. This is why you got to let bitches know, because if you don't, people will keep pushing you and 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 pushing you, so you really snap. Now you the bitch that's in the police car with handcuffs on, going to jail, but you done fucked the bitch up because the bitch done kept pushing you and pushing you and pushing you and pushing you and pushing you.
Right.
Sometimes, Trish, you got to put your goddamn foot down right there and there. I'm not doing this today. I don't give a fuck how you feel. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it can't happen right.
And then when you go up on them, they sitting there.
Right.
Girl.
Shit.
Well, that's the reason why, I stay like I'm an introvert by nature, but I stay like to myself. Like I honestly, I kid you not, I don't have, how people say you have that friend you talk to every day. I don't have that because of the fact that I just don't.
Inbox me on Instagram, because I was looking for you earlier when I did this video to tag you, but I couldn't find you yesterday. So you need to inbox me on Instagram. I'm gonna give you my number personally.
Okay.
Because bitch, if something happened to you, bitch, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Because bitch, I'm not doing this for something to happen to you. I'm doing this for you to grow and for you to learn that sometimes, baby, you don't need everybody to support you. You just need this much of people that's supporting you. You get what I'm saying? And if you ain't got your mama or your daddy supporting you, bump them. You could get you a new mama. You could get you a new daddy.
Yeah.
To feel that support. You know what I'm saying? Just to feel that support because you just need support right now. Yeah, you've been through what you've been through in your life, but you never got over it. Yeah, you talked about it, but you never worked yourself through it. And sometimes, bitch, you got to put your boxing gloves on, your wrestling shoes, and bitch, you just got to go for what you know. I'm at a place where I can talk about it openly because I done talked about it, bitch. I done cried about it. I done fought about it. I done talked about it. I done cried about it, bitch. I done fought about it. So I'm at the place where I could be up here talking to y'all, telling y'all, hey, this is what happened. This is where I'm at. This is my journey to success. You can turn all of that around and make your own story.
Follow my book that I've written, and you too can have mental success.
Yeah. So like this is I get up every day. I'm gonna start being more active on my Patreon. So I get up every day.
Thank you.
Because I see y'all left and y'all came back, and then y'all, I was like, right, I'm gonna try to be more active on Patreon. Right? I see it. I was like, well, girl, what? Oh no. So I'm gonna try to be more active on my Patreon. So tomorrow, bitch, I'm going running or walking. You guys will get your video tomorrow. But you know, just to be more visual and let people see you more because people like to see all sides of you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The high you, the crying you, the person that could get on here and talk to y'all, tell y'all serious, like have really deep conversations with y'all. Like people like to see all of that. You get what I'm saying? Right. So sometimes, like I said, pick your phone up and just go for a walk. And
here's the truth. We all have the shit to go through. Don't let nobody get on here acting like they got their shit together and they shit don't stink because they're a damn lie.
Right.
Because ain't nobody perfect.
Okay. Nobody.
And if you is, then something really is wrong with you. And it might be more severe than the other person.
This is true. Because they're not gonna everybody's not gonna sit there and give you their truth. You understand? So
and right now, this is my truth on my way to stardom, me building my brand every day, me telling y'all, bitch, it be hard. Because my page, the only reason why I didn't go live to it, I said because my page been so, I've been giving y'all so much. You get what I'm saying? Let me fall out for that. You know what I'm saying? I done gave y'all 3 videos back to back. Then I've been giving so much and so much time. So I said, just let me take a day off for me.
Yeah.
But I can't do that because the people like, well, bitch, where you at? Bitch, we need to laugh. Bitch, we want to laugh. We want to cry. We want to. So I'm trying to be more active and more productive on my page. That's why I have y'all come through and tell y'all stories or ask y'all questions. That's why I wanted to do the key session with Tony. Tony is a transgender actress, and we just key for a minute, and then y'all came in, and then everybody's views and opinions are different. We're not gonna always like and talk about the same shit. Everybody gonna have their own shit. You get what I'm saying? That's why I like to bring y'all in so y'all can say, because people really enjoy this when I bring people in and let them people talk, because they really love Siobhan. They really liked you too the other day. They said you was so handsome. I'm like, girl, because he ain't do nothing but smiling, mesmerizing people with his eyes all day.
Okay, look, eyes of teeth, honey, and licking them lips, and so and I'm sitting up here like, yeah, okay, but yeah.
You know what? It's funny though, because since that first video, Chi Chi, I got so much love from people like all across the world. It was crazy. Like I was a little kind of thrown off guard because.
Like you didn't think little old me could do that?
I mean, it's not that I was like dialing you. It's just that I just was caught off guard. Like people just said they watched the video random, and then all of a sudden they was just like they took interest. They was like, okay, they was like, they admire as far as the openness, as far as me being open and transparent about a lot of things.
They say Shayla and goddamn Siobhan looking like twins down here tonight.
Yes.
But that's good. I need you to write me on your Instagram. Write me from your Instagram page so I can add you. And I inbox you my number. And my god sister lives in McDonough. They friendly. I did a key session with them, her and my brother. They friendly. So if I'm ever in that area and we're doing something, just for you to get out the house, to be around good people, sometimes you need that to reassure yourself, like, oh, everybody's not really out here to get me. You get what I'm saying? Right. So if I'm ever in that area, bitch, text me, give me your number, bitch. We'll go from there. Like, I'm always trying to have a good time. I wish Shayla was here, but Shayla's not.
Don't worry, I'm coming to visit when this Rona over.
But bitch, if Siobhan would be here, me and Siobhan were always key. Cause you give me Maddie, like we talked about this morning. You give me, you know how that hoe said she could flip on her ratchet switch. I always want the ratchet switch on because I'm always there. But with you is like, bitch, your shit, it's like halfway. You know how you put that bitch on half? It's always off, so you can flip it up or down real quick. It's
right, real quick. She right there.
Yeah, so that's why I like you. Like I really love that about you because you always been that way since I first seen you.
They don't even know it.
So
my last email that I gave you detailed instructions. In other words, bitch, don't ask me again. I'm not. Please review last email. It's hard. I have learned the art of shaving your ass, and you think I done gave you a compliment because I've had to.
Shirley, where you from?
I'm in Youngstown, Ohio.
That's what they say. Where you from, though?
Oh, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I sound real Southern, but my roots is in Memphis. That's why.
Come on, Memphis.
Come on,
Memphis. I want to go back to Memphis, bitch. When I first went to Memphis, bitch. When I tell you Memphis was the tea, bitch, I ain't ever partied so hard in Memphis like that. I was like, oh, I'm in Miami, bitch. Oh my God, I had fun in Memphis. I can't wait till all of this shit is over so we can get back on the road and we can start like really moving. But just being confined right now, this shit is really driving the bitch nuts.
I'm ready to go back to work
2 or 3 times a year. I'm usually down there at the little hair shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's around here?
My best friend lives in Atlanta.
You be going to Warner Brothers?
Yeah, I go to that like every year. And
me too. We probably ran past each other.
We probably have, because I'm there every year. And then I'll take me a little trip like in the summer too, because my best friend of like since I was 18 lives in Atlanta. So I'm down there often.
I
just ATL stand up.
Come on back. Huh?
I said ATL stand up then.
ATL. I remember when I first went to ATL, honey, I was not ready at all. Lord Jesus, you talking about this old country ass. I would say that country ass Laura Ingalls on the scene. This one stripper had me in his corner, and I had on my Sunday's best dress because I ain't know no damn better. And he ate me alive in that corner.
Oh.
That stripper name was Essence. I don't know what Essence is today, but let me tell you something. He changed my life.
Oh, he changed your life.
He changed my life. Yeah, he did. So, I have to take Atlanta in small doses to kind of keep me together because I'm the type of person that if you give me too much, I'll take too much. So I have to give myself small bites.
And what I want to try to do,
I always say you can't miss what you ain't never had.
Oh, girl, look at you see Tristan, girl, you better watch out. But
that's
anyway,
why I try not to have it so that I can't miss it.
But what I want to try to do for the summer, I want to try like to have a picnic at the park. Like we get all the Chi game members come, all the Maddie Mob come, and we just do like a big kickball. Like we just do something really big in the summer.
Yeah.
Kickball.
I'm there for it.
Let's do something where I ain't got to put no lashes on. I can't stand put no makeup.
I put a hat on, throw on a throw on a
let my natural curl show.
Because I ain't gonna be bald. I'm gonna have some micro braids and a wig. Don't play, but I ain't gonna be bald. But I show up because I love to play some kickball, honey.
Yeah.
Remember, actually, I want to do that. I wanted to do that. Like I told her, like, and I did want to do something for my. It's so much shit that I want to do for my people, like for my little people and shit. Like it's just so much shit that I could do, but it's just like, girl, when can you do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like volleyball too hard like that, but kickball, bitch, we used to have.
Who's volleyball? Yeah, let's play some volleyball.
I mean, volleyball cute, but bitch, when I was younger,
kickball was my shit.
Baby, bitch, you had to come. The whole hood where we lived, everybody used to come from the projects to come to our circle to play kickball. Bitch, we used to have one of the best kickball games in our circle, bitch, forever. Y'all got the punk out there playing. That punk out there playing with the boys playing kickball. Oh, bitch, we got to see this.
Right. We was like that too in my neighborhood when we was younger. We used to live in the projects too, but we had this one big dirt field. It was lit all day. Everybody went home dirty.
Girl.
So I'm gonna talk to her about it and see what she says and where can we do it at, and how will like how, because I just feel like we should just like a picnic. That would be something like
That
it's
would be
very
good.
That would be
because she got the Maddie Mob, I got the Chi Gang, bitch. We on the park, and then like we could clean up and stuff. We just gonna have like a big picnic just for like rent the little thing that we need for us, and it's just do our thing.
I got 5 hot dogs on it.
Okay.
Liquor, real, hot dogs, hamburgers, chips, and fun and games. Because back in the day when we were younger, that's what we did when we were younger with our family. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't have good times with my family when we was together, but it just was my auntie. But when we got together, it was really fun. Like, this is what we did. Like, we played kickball. We had water gun fight, water balloon fight, just to make it fun again. You know what I'm saying? Because this younger generation, them bitches,
they don't know. They be on these computers and they got all the stuff and they all the electronics. I be seeing 6-year-olds with iPads. What are they doing with an iPad?
Girl, connecting, talking to video chatting with their friends. Girl,
what y'all got to talk about? What your friend y'all taking to school tomorrow?
So that's what I want to do. Like,
our family played softball every weekend. Is what we did, like as a whole family, like all the cousins and aunts and everything. I do miss doing stuff like that, even though I was horrible at softball. I ain't gonna lie, I was horrible, but we played.
And I probably just would have played kickball. Football,
they didn't want to play kickball. They want to play softball. If the ball came towards me, it was like a no.
Right.
I got my ass whooped all the time, but they're like, catch the ball.
Shoot, my mom kept me in.
I want to be the roller. I'm the roller.
Yo, mama, what?
My mom kept me in the house all the time. I told her, I said, and you wonder why I'm like I am. I said, look what you did when I was young. I said, you kept me in the house all the time. The only thing I was allowed to watch, I never.
Really?
So you know what it means.
Listen, I got a whole playground that you can come play on right now. I got a whole playground. It might be 2 playgrounds, and it got a pool. If you know what I mean. You heard me, bitch. You got a pool. If you really know what I mean, okay.
Dive right in.
Siobhan, you play spades? No, Siobhan was a church girl, so she probably don't know how to play spades.
Oh, me? You know what? I don't. Girl, I barely know how to play Uno anymore. I know. Now listen though, my sister also a church girl, but she can play spades, tonk, all that. I
know how to play tonk now.
I would just know how to serve the drinks, honey, but I couldn't play no damn cards. When my family was playing cards, I was over there with my female cousins and we was dancing and what they call all that hard ass, fast ass dancing is what they call it. Why you dancing so hard?
Right. No. So y'all, damn. So bitch.
I mean, but look, I can still be at a good car party and be entertained. I won't, I talk shit and
So Tristan, so by you being in the house a lot, do you know how to play tongue and space?
I mean, I'm just, hey, it is what it is. Like, I guess it just was not meant for, me to play sports, me to learn how to play sports.
I love you.
Billy boy.
Billy boy.
Yeah. Make that damn song. I would buy it. Because every time I see him there, that's what I say in my head. Billy boy.
Yeah, bitch, I be playing this song all day. Like, and that's what I do. Like when I be like in the stuber, how Madison says, when I be high, I like to be just doing fun shit, making music. And I was just high doing on my live, talking shit. And you see, that came out of nowhere. It was like, And I said, wait.
And you find yourself sitting at the computer about some Billy boy. You like, damn.
Because everybody was like, bitch, you is so stupid. They was like, bitch, you is so. It was just the spare of the moment.
You're like, you was in the moment, like in the moment.
And to be honest and truth, I forgot y'all was here watching me. So, bitch, I had zoned out.
Did you forget, like for real? Like we wasn't there.
I was like, oh shit. Oh, hey, yeah. Because I be so
completely off really well.
I be so wrapped up into what I be doing. So I just do shit like that all the time. So I don't rap per se, but I'll probably freestyle some shit, like let you hear a freestyle. And just like when I did this shit to come over to my place, bitch, I was right here on live. And I said, come on over. Hey, come on over. The chest said, okay, bitch, that shit sound good. Hold up. Then I recorded it. Then I played it back. So
Chi that will entertain his damn self, which is kind of what I do. Entertain my damn self. Just some shit. It's a lot of times my boyfriend just be looking at me. He's like, you have totally forgotten I was in the room. I'm like, I'm having a good old time.
Yeah, because I just learned how to always be by myself. You know what I'm saying? So, bitch, I entertain myself. Like, bitch, give me a phone, some weed, and a little bit of liquor, bitch, and some music. Oh, baby, I'm having a whole party, bitch. I've been sweated out, felt like by myself because I don't need nobody.
You and me both, because my older brother, he was raised in Columbus. I was raised in Youngstown, and I don't have like a bunch of well, I do on my daddy's side, but I don't know the most. But
yeah, Taylor,
I ain't got a whole bunch of siblings and stuff, so it's always been me.
So you got to learn.
My living room, and I create a whole club in there. Turn my little strobe light on.
Now,
that's
okay.
it.
That's it. See, I have an older brother. He's like 5 years older than me. His name is Xavier, and we were raised in separate households. So Xavier was raised with our dad, and I was raised with our mom. But the thing is, though, is that even though we don't have any beef, we don't really talk because we just feel like sometimes I feel like it's that more of that disconnected feeling because we didn't really see one another growing up because we were raised by our parents in separate households.
So, but bitch, that's still your brother. Hello, hey brother, how you doing? I text my brother. I text my straight brother every now and then. My second oldest brother, me and him don't get along at all. He was here earlier. Bitch, that's the bitch who I was finna have killed, but we all right. I got to a plate but you have to learn at the end of the day, them still your family. It's not about you sometimes.
Right.
What is y'all about them? I mean, like when y'all do talk, are y'all cool? Does he have any feelings about lifestyle? Like, what is it like for him?
So my brother is very he's very like open. Like my brother, he's married to an older white woman.
Oh,
and,
okay, Caucasian, yes.
Yeah, he's married to an older white woman.
Caucasian too.
You said what? Your boo Caucasian too? I felt that though. The way you was the way you was giving me all of that, the way you was, I felt that. I said, girl, her boo white. Cause you so motherfucking corporate white things. You so corporate, like corporate.
That's my first white boyfriend. That's my first. That's where I switched lanes that I was telling about. Like I had never that's where I switched the lane and it just stuck. As people would say, my inner white lady came out, but she's yeah. But anyway,
okay. He loved that because you got the inner white lady and you still real ass bitch give a fuck by the nigga being Birkin. Yeah, he loved all of that. So that's why. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So your brother's with Karen.
Yeah, back to Karen and your brother.
Oh my God. Let me tell you. So that's just what he likes. And that's what I find so funny because it's like our lives, are they're so unique in their own different way. And I don't know, as far as like why that's just what he likes and that's just what it is. So
that's a long ass finger.
It is what it is. But he has been married for I think, oh my goodness, I feel like 5 or 6 years, I want to say. And that's just, I think the thing is that, like I said, we don't have any issues with each other. It's just that at one point, because my brother was, kind of a troubled teen, getting into trouble, always getting kicked out of school for something, he made a decision when he was old enough to go stay with our dad. And when he made that decision to leave our mom to go stay with our dad, it just like, that's just what it was. Like, He was rebellious. He wanted to do his own thing. I was more of the child that kind of like, was obedient as far as like, like I was gonna stick around and, as far as like be the professional, corporate man and stuff like that. And he is more like kind of grew up around in the streets, I guess you would say. So we kind of like have two different personalities because we didn't grow up as far as with the same mind state. And so I think because of that, it's just that for some reason we don't, like I said, there's no issue. It's just that we don't talk like we should. And I feel bad about that, but that's just
change it. Right. And I say change it because my brother who's 3 years younger than me, we weren't brought up in the same household. My dad wasn't there for me, but he was totally in his life from beginning to end. Right. And so we didn't get to see each other a whole lot because hell, to see him, I want to see my dad, and that didn't happen. And honestly, I live in one city. There's another exit. There's another city. That's where my brother lives. And my dad lives in that same, like we have been within 20 miles of each other for the last 15 years. And it wasn't until the last year and a half we started seeing each other. Me and my brother don't have any problems. So we just make we take the initiative to talk. Just if he's open and he's receptive, you can create your own new normal with him.
Right. And that's something that, I definitely saw myself that, I intend on working on this year is to build a relationship with him because like I said, there's absolutely no reason that we're not talking. It's just that, the disconnect, somehow happened and, we just like, we have love for one another. It's just that the communication is not there to bring it all in. So like he talks, like him and my mom and his wife, like they all keep in contact, and stuff like that. But as far as like us texting every day or us calling each other on the phone, that just don't happen at all.
Like once a week, once every 2 weeks, just to say hey, make a good green bean casserole because they love green bean casseroles, and
there you go.
This bitch say green bean casserole.
Yeah, you white.
No, I'm just saying that's what you bring to that's the thing. Green bean casseroles. That's their thing.
She get this from her man.
We don't do green bean casseroles in my family. However, they do. So I know when I go, I have to bring a green bean casserole because we're gonna eat just straight green beans at the house. Don't make it a casserole
with some fat.
But bring Karen a casserole, and that's your way in. And
like I said, start off with a text. Then maybe one day you don't text, you call.
Yep.
Just to get you got to build it up first.
Yeah. Well, I thought about actually like going down there because he's maybe like an hour and a half from where I'm at. Probably maybe like probably like an hour and 45 minutes because he lives like in like the middle of nowhere. Like you can't even get no cell phone reception. It's like one dirt road. It's like redneck.
What part of Georgia? What part of Georgia is that?
On the backside of Columbus.
Oh, is that where Karen's family lives?
Yeah, yes. And the funny part.
Oh, you going by yourself? I would say I was going to ride with you, but do you think I ain't gonna ever get baby?
What?
You gotta take that one by yourself, boo.
Why? You don't want to go into the backwoods
baby, I don't want to go in the woods, bitch. In Columbus.
Did you see the movie Get Out?
Say what?
Did you see the movie Get Out?
And you said her name is Karen. Definitely don't want to go. I'll call you. Tell me when you coming back.
I'll go with you 6 foot whenever I come down there because I'm good with them. They love me. The Caucasians love me.
It wasn't the fact that it was the green bean casserole. It was just the woods and black people, and you say Columbus, Georgia.
There's no.
Already.
I'm just being real. Like where he lives at is like redneckish. I'm just gonna be honest, very honest.
Yeah, I'm a black, gay, openly fat. Oh no, girl. Girl, no.
You would be fine, Chi.
They wouldn't be fine. That's be the problem.
like her family has like a lot of land. So her family lives on a property that they live on. and like the backside of them in like a double wide. So that's why I say it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, a true Southern deep down.
Do you see me and Shelly is on the same page, girl? No, yeah.
I don't know. Listen, let me tell you something. You got to watch the white folks with a whole lot of land. Somebody's buried out there.
I mean, you know, and somehow, you know, he's found a way to, you know, make himself kind of like, you know, be as far as all in one with the family. So it's like they embrace him, and it's just a thing of, hey, everybody's.
Oh, they'll love you because you go down there. They'll be trying to put their pink coochie on you. Oh, look at him. Ooh.
Karen would like to introduce you to her sister Shelly, or I'm sorry, or her brother Robert. One way you guys can be closer.
Yeah, but you could go, baby. Call me when you come in.
Tristan, this is Robert or Shelly, or Robert who used to be Shelly. Converse.
Or Kelly, who used to be Robert.
Or Kelly, who used to be Robert. This is Tristan. And yeah.
Work it out, Tristan.
Yeah. It is.
Are you like trans men too, Tristan?
Say what?
Do you like trans men?
No, but I will say that I'm not even gonna kid you. Funny story. I made a hit on this guy who I did not know was a woman, like before, because they look so good as a man. I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And I went I sent a message, and that's when I found out that, you know, they were a trans man. But the thing was that I would have never known because, like, I'm telling you, it was like just, I mean, 1,000%. So
Shayla, why are you looking like that, Shayla?
I got hit on by a trans man once.
Did you know?
No.
Fuck you up, didn't it?
I was all for it and everything. Listen, almost got me out the dinner and everything.
So can you imagine had he dropped his pants?
But here's the thing. They was inboxing me because they thought I knew who they were.
Oh.
We actually went to school together, but I knew him as her. And she was like, "You don't remember me?" And I was like,
he knew damn well you didn't remember him. The hell?
I was like,
but that goes to show you that he always liked you.
That's the thing. So when y'all was friends, you have to rethink the whole thing. Now I will say this, so
because we was like this. We still friends.
That's great.
I'm not going there.
They just ain't that kind of damn friend. That's all.
I get it.
That's right.
Go ahead, Siobhan. Tell what you was going to say.
Listen, so if God forbid anything happens between me and my loved one, because I love him, but if anything happens between me and him, he already knows I'm going straight to a trans man, and that's why I'm gonna live the rest of my days.
Okay, all right. I can't knock that because
would you?
Yes. I sure will. I would be. There's nothing that don't come over here with that because I don't want nothing made in China. But I would definitely get you right on together.
I thought with you. Ain't fair, Siobhan.
Right on together.
I cannot.
When we need to start. And
so,
you know what? That's something new for me. That's something I've realized within
the last. That for Saturday for our key session.
Oh, okay.
Sweep that back there. Because like I'm going to wrap this up because we done been on here for 3 hours and and you know we go to talking. So
I ain't sneak out from your nail shop. Maybe I'm a nail tech. I keep these done. We not playing.
So in my mind, I really want to try it, but when it gets down to the,
it's that your mind can't process, and you don't know how to process it in your mind.
Flick it. What up with the flick it? I don't know.
Have you never?
I ate. Now when I was younger, my brother was in the military. I had a girlfriend there, the girl on base, bitch. I was the gayest thing on the base. Bitch, I was looking at her brother. but she really, really liked it. So we like, we pulled out and we touched and we did that and but me, that was so young ago. I don't.
Honey, I'll be like, don't play with me. Do not play. I'm like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Go on. Don't play with me. It get real serious. Like, don't play with me. You take that and you go on now. I'm trying to stay saved and filled with the Holy Ghost and filled with the power. Go on.
I flick that shit.
All that I'm gonna say is I'm not running from shit.
Oh.
Well, let the church say amen.
Amen.
Let the church say.
On Saturday, if that's what you want, we can do that. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get into detail because I gotta ask you questions since you said that. I want to get in.
Let's go there. I'm ready. I'm an open book. And Bay knows all of this. Matter of fact, he's for it. He'd be like, I don't want to do that because that's Pandora's box. And once you open her, I can't promise you that I'm gonna close her and lock that back up. So I've not done that. Plus, I'm not mature enough, I don't think, really to do that while in a situation. I'm not there. So I know my limitations. But
I want to watch it. Bitch, I'm a voyeur. I want to see somebody dogging it.
I am too. I want to watch somebody else too, but
I just want to flick it and see what he'll say.
I don't know if that would feel good to flick it. Like,
why, Chi Chi? Why? Just why?
Look at Shayla. Shayla like, no. If I flick, he's gonna say,
don't flick it. That's not nice.
you like, I don't know if that's
if you flick me, I'm gonna beat your ass.
I understand, like if we get that, we done got to the nitty gritty, right? You done dropped it, and I'm like, and I'm just down there like,
CJB sitting there talking about some like, wow. So yeah, so it'll be like, damn, no.
Yeah.
Oh God. And you can have that force behind it, you get pushed.
So I'm trying to take that bitch off, Shayla.
And then look. I can't.
That's a fight right there. She gonna want to fight.
That's exactly what that.
Look, and I'll be like,
and you looking up for reactions and shit. In test subject 324, once I hit.
right. So tomorrow I'm doing another key session with this pastor man. I met him through a friend. He's an openly gay pastor, but he was married to two ladies.
Oh. What time?
Yeah, for that.
Wait, then you bitches say, oh.
What time is this?
And now he's married to a man, and they've been together for 4-5 years.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's gonna be probably the same time, like 9. I gotta see what his schedule. I gotta see what his schedule is looking like tomorrow. But yeah, it's gonna be like 9.
Lord have mercy.
I'm here for that.
Have me some libations for that one.
I'm gonna ask questions. I'm going, but you know how I like to dig. So me and Siobhan,
get in there. Get all the way in there.
Yeah,
all in it.
Because, bitch, you got to know. I want to know. Come on, I don't know what he got going on. Because
I mean, yeah, we get all in it. Like,
so that's gonna be tomorrow at 9, and then I'm trying to book some. I'm trying to do something with the girl. Remember the two twins? One was the trans girl, and one was the Brandon. I'm trying to do something with Jada.
Oh, I love me some Jada.
So beautiful.
She is so beautiful and dark.
Yeah. I be talking to her on Instagram, and I'd be like, just tell me, so what's your beauty regimen like, girl?
Like her skin on.
It's just perfect.
So I'm supposed to do that with her on Thursday. I'm gonna send her. These shits done been 2 and 3 hours. People don't want to watch, but they've been in here for this long, so that's good.
I feel like when it's entertaining, they will. And you are entertaining. We ain't never bored. I'm not ever bored.
Right. So Thursday, I'm supposed to do something with her. I don't know what I'm gonna do Friday. Siobhan, me and you Saturday.
I'm here.
I just gotta find somebody for Sunday and for the next week. Cause like I told you, I try to get y'all fresh content on Tuesday where y'all see me sitting here, even though my shit do be live, but y'all know Tuesday, y'all get some fresh shit, or then throughout the week, I'll get y'all some other shit, but Tuesday for sure.
some stale or some
Yeah.
some, warmed up food.
Yeah, so Tuesday, y'all know, bitch, we Miss Mary in here cooking on Tuesday. So this is what Tuesday is.
Okay.
Wednesday, you might get leftovers. Thursday, but the leftovers going. I might give y'all a new plate by Friday.
You might get a TV dinner on Friday night.
Yeah, but So.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what roommate Willie want to do, because he been writing me. Roommate Willie been. I look at the comments and I see the people that been over here really been going in the
Yes.
So I have them email me or inbox me on inbox me on Instagram, and I'll talk to them and see, hey, what you want to do? Let's go live, shit like that. Because I feel like everybody voice need to be heard, and sometimes we don't have a big enough platform for people to hear voices. So that's why I do it on my. Let y'all come in and state y'all piece. If ain't nobody else in here, bitch, we locked in. We just go for what we know, and then we bring a new bitch in, shit like that. So
I'm for it.
But I really appreciate all y'all for being here. Thank you, Shayla.
Thank you. I appreciate this. It's always fun talking to y'all.
Yeah,
yes, I've definitely
enjoyed it. I couldn't catch you the last couple times.
Oh no, you haven't. But you be on my Patreon, so bitch, my video tomorrow. I'm walking. It's not running yet. I'm walking. I'm walking slow. I might run a little later, but right now it's a walking video.
A little slog, a slight.
I'm gonna walk, because normally I walk around the subdivision where Maddie live, and then I walk 10 minutes up the street and go to the other subdivision, which is as big. So both of them is like.
Gigi, do you like to walk?
Yeah, I like to walk. When I was at
that was about walking in that video.
Walking. When
I be home in Miami, like I walk all the time. Like the store, everything when I lived everything is so in walking distance. It's just nothing for me to walk. I can walk to the weed man, I can walk to the stove, I can walk around my hood. You know what I'm saying? Like I can walk around my hood. So I just like to walk.
I'm trying to get the person you will ever meet. I hate walking, but I'm gonna try it just to get some. I don't be into all of that walking stuff.
I'm trying to get Maddie to go walking.
Yes.
I'm trying to get Maddie to go walking. I said, bitch, it ain't nothing for like 10 to 15 minutes. You just need to, just to build your little adrenaline up, get your heart racing so you can have a good day. And I found out me going walking and talking to y'all in the morning, bitch, that helped my day. And I come back,
Pastor.
I come back, get me something to eat, then bitch, it been on time, been on progress. So I'm gonna try to call him tomorrow. I'm trying to call him in early tomorrow so I can let him know by 9. Do a picture how I did with me and Tony Bryce, so I get people to make me a flyer. So I'm really trying to get it to be like a show.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want it to be. I want it to be every day, give y'all fresh content on Tuesday, but throughout the week y'all be missing me. And y'all got so accustomed to me just giving y'all key sessions. So I'm just gonna have to probably do it like every day.
Yep.
Because I know the premiere videos, people don't really like the premieres.
They don't? Why?
I think it's just because this is more interactive, probably. Maybe that's why.
Well, I mean, that's premiere videos, if you love the person that you're watching, you're going to like it regardless.
Agreed. I mean,
thank you, Shayla and Siobhan.
As you grow, there's going to be other things. So your goal is just to give them content. I get it.
Like, when Maddie be premiering her videos, listen, it take everything in me not to tear them people up in them comments. I be like, listen, y'all ain't happy with nothing. Like, well, just get out of here. Is this live? Is this? Why is you worried about if it's live or not? If you want to watch
if you love her, bitch, you don't. It could be.
It's the door, girl. Bye.
To be honest with you, like when she does the premiere and she has the live chat, ability that's there. I mean, shit. Honestly, we talking to each other about the content, so it's still interactive. Maddie's not gonna respond to every, or Chi-Chi gonna respond to every comment that you say. I mean, they're trying to create content. So
I could get content, but I would just upload it on Tuesday like it's live. But then it's just, you can't make these hoes happy. And I'm about to
that part.
This close to saying a whole kiss it where you could split it for real. Because it get like, you can't never make nobody like, what the fuck do y'all want? Like, bitch, I try to do my best. And I try and I try and I try. And then you bitches still be like, girl. So.
I love the last one. Y'all were all sitting there, and I think you had your friend. I think they were. I don't know if they were married or they were together.
Yeah.
They're married.
And see, I did that, and what I did, bitch, I recorded it for my phone.
Yeah. Yeah. That
and
was.
they was still in the comments. I'm like, bitch, get out there. But you can't never win or lose, bitch. They just so.
That was cute. I enjoyed it.
Well, I have
Well,
enjoyed
you know
Oh,
what?
Daddy said my son. Read what he said. Let me get y'all.
Who said?
This? What's his name? King Keith. King Keith.
It was incoherent and a high miss. Oh, but listen, whatever you want to say it was at first, you didn't unsubscribe. You're still here, so it still captivated you.
It was not only that. What y'all fail to realize, bitch, I like to smoke, bitch. And guess what I'm doing? I'm gonna smoke my motherfucking shit on my shit.
See, the thing about it, that's gonna be a part. That's a part of your specific brand. So those who come know that's your brand.
Bitch, I'm always.
It is what it is.
You know what?
Hey, like,
Speaking of which, that reminded me, that's like the video that you made with Miss Mary. I don't know if you saw in the comments, Chi Chi, but they were going in talking about, Chi Chi wasn't making eye contact and it's disrespectful to an older person because he's not looking at. I'm like, y'all don't know the relationship between him and that woman. Y'all don't know him.
Some people just troll to say stuff because they want a response from Chi Chi, and that's gonna make them feel validated.
Right.
But King Keith, no, baby, I respect everything that you said, but I'm just saying, like, you're not the only person that's, it's just, I be tired, like, because, bitch, I mean, next time we get on here with my ass backwards and telling y'all to kiss me.
Oh, I mean, King Keith's comment was a compliment. I get it. Yeah, I
got it.
Yeah,
I loved it. It wasn't bad.
No, I mean, and that's the thing about it. When you put yourself on these platforms like that, you people gonna get a feedback. I mean, it just is what it is.
But remember,
I don't know if y'all can see this.
Is sitting at home with nothing to do, with nothing going for themselves.
Here's what I like.
That's all they got is a phone, just to troll people.
Here's what I like. They'll do that in the comments, but then you ask them to come on live. They coming on live, and the phone is painted toward the damn ceiling. What's wrong?
They don't want to say that.
You think we? What's Steve? What's going on?
Like I said, my treat today was by Blissful Delights. You can find her at blissfuldelights.com. Her name is Kiki. I knew her when I was working at Publix, so that's who sent me the.
Is that an edible?
It's cute, but baby, I need to be. I ain't even there. I need to be.
Take me higher.
But see, the one that Oliver girlfriends make, because Oliver got a girl, her name is Astro Treats. Her shit be. And see, I ain't smoked today. Oh, you ain't gonna lie. Now maybe if I would have eaten a little, and then ate a little, and then drunk a little, bitch, I would have been all right. But see, right now I'm all right. But yes, y'all, we out of here. This was a good night. Like and share and like the video. Yep. I will be back tomorrow with the pastor man. I forgot his name.
I can't wait.
I'm ready for that. I'm gonna be sitting here with a notepad.
He's an older guy though. Oh, I met him through my friend Anthony Brown show. If y'all watch the Anthony Brown show, the man who be making us the exotic oils and stuff, it's his friend. So when Anthony Brown called me yesterday, and me and him was talking, I'm like, "Oh, bitch, okay, I'm gonna use you on Wednesday." And he was like, "Oh, he was fine. He was fine with it." So I'm just trying to get content.
Now, he's a pastor, and he was married to 2 different women, and now he's married to a man, right?
Well, see, I'm gonna let him. I don't want to tell his story. He got to explain his story to you so you can understand. Because when he said that to me, I said, "Hi." Come again and say why?
I'm gonna be sitting here like a villain
with the cat. Ooh,
Siobhan, you like cat?
Come here, Roscoe. Was that not your liking? Where's my Roscoe? I can give you the dog. I have everything you need here.
Oh, I have 1 cat to control, and that ain't it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let him tell his story. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow at 9 because it's going down again.
All right.
Me and Siobhan will be here Saturday. I'm gonna try to get Jada the Beauty on Thursday.
Oh, I can't wait.
And I need somebody for Friday. I'll probably see what Paris or B Rose on. B-Rose been so busy, so I really ain't been seeing him. He got this new drone.
Listen,
So
I love your friend B Rose. He is hilarious.
Did you say he got a new drone?
He got a new drone. The little thing that be flying in the air, like,
like
with the camera.
Drone?
Ooh,
yeah.
You can watch it.
So I told him I wanted to try to do something with that to see how it would look just from that view, us talking. I don't know. I just want to play with some shit. You know, I'm always trying to play with some shit. So. But I really enjoyed this, beautiful people. Richby is 1205. Thank the people that all of the people that was in here, like the 90 and 80 people that stayed in here this long. Bitch, I love y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my Patreon. Shayla can tell you, because she left and came back.
Yeah. I had to teach him a lesson. I'm going to take your coin until you put something up.
And girl, ever since then, Shayla, I've been giving you.
Yeah, on it.
What you say? Coins is a little tight right now. We got to make sure.
Yes, you know, Trump is taking his time with these stimulus checks.
Okay.
Oh, I could do something with Spilly Boy too. I'm gonna inbox Spilly Boy. I gotta text Spilly Boy my number. But this is cute.
Lunel.
Oh, you want Lunel on there?
Lunel.
Okay, we gonna see can we get Lunel. You inbox me your number, Tristan. While you over here got there smiling so big and shit.
One of those pearly is showing that you got a great dentist.
Right.
I want to really see what that mouth really do, but that's later, Tristan. Text me.
I cannot with you. I cannot.
You gonna listen. It's gonna be some days that you're gonna have to, or this is what you get.
Well, let the church say amen, as I like to say.
I want you to stop being so shy. Let your balls hang a little bit.
Oh, they will. Just hold on.
Yeah.
I can make them hang for you, baby.
Now they gonna fall. I can see it. It's gonna be something else.
There's a resurrection on the horizon.
Yeah, it's gonna be another Easter.
Her, Cletus. Her.
Oh, what was that, T-Chi?
Her, Cletus.
Look, I gotta go. Look, I gotta go in the morning. I'm gonna tune into your show because I definitely want to see that content. I want to see them. I want to see the
yeah, you know, bitch, we'll text. I'll text you or you text me. You know, if you find any of the information.
Absolutely.
Tristan, text box me, Shayla. You know, look out for your video tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
My info too.
Yeah, because I've been trying to find you on social media and I could not find you.
Well,
Oh, okay. You ain't trying to get at to everybody. Oh, that's all right.
No, I don't really care. It's just, I mean, yeah, you can. Yeah.
Send her email. So she's like, write email.
I don't know Shayla's information.
Shayla, give her your email, and then y'all go from there. Because people be real funny about phone numbers.
Who will she send in the private chat? Can you see the private chat?
Oh yeah.
You can see the private chat, right, Shay?
Yep. Hold on.
Oh yeah, do it like that. Because bitch, you know.
That's it.
Ooh.
Hold on. Let me put my glasses on. I can't see.
And I put it in my contacts as well.
That's fine. Absolutely.
Email.
So I'm
gonna hit you up on Instagram when I get off here, Chi.
Yeah, because I was looking for your ass the other day because I wanted to tag you in this video that we did the other day, but I couldn't find your name, so I only tag who's my friend.
It should always be on the Mr. 6'8".
Baby, I put Mr. 6'8". Ain't nothing come up. Thank you, roommate Willie.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to check and see. But
y'all got it before I end the chat, sweet ladies over here.
What happened? What you say?
Y'all have it. Y'all exchange.
Yes, I have it. I'm about to email her and send her my info, my contact details.
Because Shayla over there with this cute ass glasses can't see shit over there with these goddamn.
I gotta change my prescription again because I am blind as a bat.
They find
All right, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna sign off.
You too. Go ahead. All right, y'all two beautiful ladies. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.
All right, Pumpkin.
Bye.
They will want to pick up at the end of it. But they so tired. All right, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.